Is live. I'm actually check out my Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, Painted by the Prince, and right now I'm live on YouTube. Just that easy, yo. This is a live YouTube feed. So if you guys are bored and you don't have anything to do for like the next 15 or 20 minutes, the link to my YouTube channel is in my bio on Instagram. Please subscribe to the channel, and you guys can come here and chill with me for a little bit longer while I work on this painting. All right, guys. Peace. All right. Only thing about this is you got to use the PlayStation app to actually turn off this music. Let's see here. All right. Got the laptop. Boom. Turn the music off. Wham. Do that. Turn the camera around so there's actually you got to flip the camera. Haha. So that does that. Why do they have it set the other way? I don't know.
Talk more about the VFR rocket and announce the first private astronaut, first a private citizen that's going to go into deep space. And I'm going to start off with just talking a bit about VFR and kind of how we got to this point.
Yo, the comments are up here? What?
The purpose of SpaceX, the reason for creating SpaceX was to accelerate the advent of humanity becoming a spacefaring civilization, to help advance rocket technology to the point where we could potentially become a multi-planet species and a true spacefaring civilization. So, as we consider sort of the fossil record, the history of civilization, it's important to bear in mind, like, there could be some natural event or some man-made event that ends civilization as we know it, or in life as we know it.
Nah, but the comments been...
And so it's important that
Nah, the comments were fucking shut down for a long time, yo. Like for 2 weeks. Like for 2 weeks. But it's weird now, it's saying that there are no viewers, but I'm getting comments. Like, then who's commenting if there's nobody's watching? Oh my god, Green Runner is a ghost. Oh shit. This dude is a ghost. He's a ghost. Nah, for real, I swear to God, like, for weeks. For like a couple weeks I wasn't getting no fucking comments in my chat, yo. see myself make a comment. Oh shit, the motherfucking goddamn PlayStation is acting okay again. Okay, PlayStation. Okay. Shit. It's because the words are just bigger here. Really? But I asked a couple other people, dude, and it seems like nobody was having that fucking problem. I swear, yo, it's just like a handful of people were having it, and I couldn't find nobody else. I'm watching people game all the time, and I'm seeing their chats, bro, it was so long, like for the past 3 or 4 days, no lie. I've been on Sony forum boards and YouTube, like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with my comments? I can't see, bitch, I wear fucking glasses. Look how small the fucking print is on this shit. I gotta lean all the way in to read that shit from my laptop screen, dude. Even with my glasses on, I'm like this, like, huh? Oh, you did say something. And that's the only drawback. Like, okay, the comments won't show on the screen, boo-hoo, whatever the fuck ever. I can still see it on my laptop. It's just that it's so small, like, I gotta have my glasses and I gotta still lean in to see the fucking words when it's easy as hell to see it on the TV. Oh, shit. Back in business, bruh. Back in business. Alright, so what we gonna do? Gotta throw some music on. I'm thirsty. Here's a water that's obviously from yesterday. Still kind of chill though. I might drink this. Fuck that water. I need another one. I feel thirsty as shit. I feel like a camel right now. You ever had that camel feeling where you just gotta fill your whole hump up? Man, that shit ain't fill my hump at all. My mouth still feel dry, literally. I'm back. Yeah, we in business. Boy, I got them comments back on the TV screen. Damn. It's pretty good art. Alright. Gotta get some sounds going in here. I need to get some more music. I don't know what's a good album that's out right now? I should what's in what it is? iTunes store. Let's see if we can download an album or something real quick. Carrie Underwood, Tori Kelly, Tony Bennett, Thrice, Six Black, Up Crunch, Willie Nelson, Good Charlotte, Fit for a King, David Guetta, Jungle, David Neal and the Who, and the Well Ravens, Bob Moses, Aphex Twin, Terry Clark. These are all new albums. Quick. There is nothing behind me. It's hot in here. You don't hear the AC blowing, bruh? But it's hot as hell in this room right now. There was a rat, really? He'll be alright. How you know that ain't my pet? I don't know, man. A lot of people like Wale, but it's all good. He'll be alright. Educate you? Oh man, this picture I'm working on right here should educate you enough. So what you need to do is order you a copy of the new Jim Crow, Mass Incarceration in the Age of Colorblindness. Order you this book right here and go check that out. Yeah, see, that's the painting. All my art is educational, man. You're getting a lesson just by watching me paint. What is he painting? What is the title of that book? Who is the author? Michelle Alexander. She's a black lady. Have you ever heard of the new Jim Crow? Mass incarceration in the age of colorblindness? Now you know. You have been educated. It's just, man, my process is just that easy. It's like 1-2 punch. We done. The lesson is over. You know, I can't walk. You want me to read it to you? I can't hold your hand there for that long. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just lead you. Oh, you want the little stack of books that's right there? You want some more shit? See, I try to just focus on the main book that the protagonist is reading actually. And so in my reader series, whatever book is being read, that painting is titled after the author. So there are 3 books here, right? But which book is being read? Oh, she is reading the ISIS Papers, Keys to the Colors. Who is the author of this book? The author is Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. So this painting is called Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. Isn't that simple? It's like a 1-2 punch. Pow, pow, knowledge, motherfucker. Here, there's several books on the arm of the sofa, but which book is being read? The book that's being read is Message to the Black Man. Who is the author? The author is the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So what is the title of this painting? Elijah Muhammad. Bang, bang. Now here we have Powernomics, the national plan to empower Black America. Who is the author? The author of this book is Dr. Claude Anderson. So this piece, what's the title? Bang, bang, bitch. Dr. Claude Anderson. And so now, we're reading what? The New Jim Crow. Now look, once again, there are several books here. There's a lot of books. But which book is being read? Wow. It's such a simple formula. It works. It really does. The New Jim Crow. Mass incarceration. So what's the title of this painting? It ain't even done yet. And we already know the title of this painting is going to be Michelle Alexander. Yes. You learned so fast. I'm really proud of you guys this morning. You guys are awesome. But what else do we have in this book? I mean, in this picture right here? Oh, we have The Ruling Race, a history of American slaveholders. It has a sticker there, but we know what it says. It says racist. Racist America. Roots, current realities, and future reparations. And also, the Black Knights. Story of the Tuskegee Airmen. Now there's another book there, but she actually borrowed that book. So I don't have it right now. I hope she reads it. Some people borrow books and don't read them, which is scary. So this is going to be a very, very good piece. It's gonna be highly educational. Oh God. R. Reading is cool. E. Is educational too. A. You can add to your knowledge so D. Just do it. R. Reading is cool. E. It's educational too. A. You can add to your knowledge so D. Just do it, say R. R, reading is cool. A, hey, it's education too. Oh, my bad, I fucked it up. Alright. Okay. That's what I think I need. I don't know, bro. I think I might have to go grab a snack or something too. I'm feeling a little munchie beast kick in. Ooh, boy. That munchie beast is kicking in.
We're in a different time now, bro. We all gotta do our part, man. The most valuable thing you can offer is your words. We gotta feed the old, the young, and everybody in between.
These niggas be hating on the low. I just play it cool and confident, they would never know. My intelligence is a weapon I use on them first. It take a smart man to play the fool and them rules on reverse. Dummies can never play me. One of the best of my generation, but media hate me. Nigga, we grew up on Weezy and Baby Lupe and Jay-Z. That mean I shoot you, say, miss, excuse me, get her in tune and off the cool. Kick, push the your leg, yeah. I beat, don't call on where they isn't. They move the goalposts for certain niggas, they not official. I know some snorters and sugar daddies as politicians. I know some corner boys that could die trying to pay tuition. Now is you mad cause my wallet, my woman on complexion? Like it be easy, but it's never simple. And it take a real live, real nigga to tell a difference. What do it take to be a gangsta? Cause young boys on opioids never felt much. Yeah, they chasing money till they chase blood. That 10-year-old McKee dead cause y'all ain't thinking enough. Now the city is praying, posting her picture up. And every time I see him, I shed a tear and get really numb. Cause y'all near rumble, and y'all want squash it. And now we here's two parents buried, they only daughter. How could you kill a child when one of the codes of the streets was keeping them from that violence? It's deeper than y'all beefing, them people be out for us. If we killing our people, then we become powerless. Excuse me, I got too deep. I just signed a contract and now my conscience only think free. And you can say your prop for somebody that care what you think. I've been skating a while, when you try and care again, please. I'm about to embarrass niggas, I feel that have carried me. This industry very cold, but it look to you very sweet. Put niggas on big stages, put niggas in low beats. You put too much faith in it, it puts you in therapy. Lord, These niggas be hating on the low. I just play it cool and confident, they would never know. Cause my intelligence is the weapon I use on them first. It take a smart man to play the fool and them rules don't reverse. Dummy, with your dumb ass. Boy, with your motherfucking dumb ass.
The tribulations, they can continue to undermine while we continue to be overpaid. Whether you like it or not, we will not stop. As the soul of our ancestors won't allow us to embrace fear, but rather turn fear into fire. Olu is the three manifestations of the supreme God. Olu is king. You are in the presence of Olu. Olu.
I got him, Valora. I just had dinner with the Obama, what did you do? Hop up on Twitter talking about the stuff you don't do. Rock off a Lauren shorty, cause that is what you gon' do. Sabi out of New Balance, I'm styling like a go-to. God with the Pro Tools, boss in the good dude. Ball like it's government, what? You can come through. What? At the farms, I'm the city voice. At the farms, all you hear is oi. One time for BDR, we just trying to see you out. I used to be with Nas, beating every city up. Watching you talking to one respected by the OG. Rappers was wearing garbage, I put them on the Supreme. I got no problems from anybody on the TV. Cause I got some pockets from chopper, city. Whole time, really. Coded in my city, coded in my county. Who's messing with me? I was selling sneakers, I was selling CDs. Now I'm selling strings and women's dreams that need me. I be seeing things that used to be official. So I speak to God and tell him, please forgive me. I've been ungrateful, I'm thankful. I've been ungrateful, I'm thankful. I've been ungrateful, but thankful. I've been ungrateful, but thankful.
Maybe I got it all too fast, too soon. Living like no feelings, no rules. I've been trying to make it last, make it move.
But I'ma hop in this morning like a fool.
I've been
ungrateful, I'm thankful. I've been ungrateful, I'm thankful. I've been ungrateful, but thankful. I've been ungrateful, but thankful. Oh no, we know we focus. Roll with me, get your dough up. In the city with Dizzy, that's all I'm heat like I'm Booker T. Honestly, I'm a champion, I am driving to no one. All this capping they doing, got me rather annoyed. Let me gather these suckers. Ain't nobody be scared. Ain't no ladder match when I bet I got my stab in the air. And I got my head in the sky high, but I'm rather prepared. Nothing sweet on my side, they building cavities there. Hold up. In my bag, in my go-yard. Pop a tag, tell the star. Tell the cab, that's my bag, that's my chauffeur. This shit was bad in my bag, now it's over though. I've been ungrateful, I'm thankful. I've been ungrateful, I'm thankful. I've been ungrateful, I'm thankful. I've been ungrateful, I'm thankful.
Maybe I got it all too fast, too soon. Living like no feelings, no rules. I've been trying to make it last, make it move.
But I'ma hop in this morning like a fool.
I've been
ungrateful, I'm thankful. I've been ungrateful, I'm thankful.
Lord, forgive me, I've been
ungrateful, but thankful. I've been ungrateful, but thankful. In my bag, in my go-yard. Pop a tag, tell the store. Tell the cab, that's my bag, that's my chauffeur. Everything was bad in my bag, now it's over. All I had was you. Can't do. Even when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And when I'm right, I'm wrong. Even when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And when I'm right, I'm wrong. Even when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And when I'm right, I'm wrong. I've been ungrateful. I'm thankful. In my go-yard. Pop a tag to the store. Tell the driver that's my bag, that's my chauffeur. Messing with me, no.
Oh, man, damn. I'm so damn greedy. I always asking for people's shit. Huh? You ain't getting no more. This shit hot. I got a whole tape on that bitch.
It's 4:30 in Eastern time where I'm at, shorty.
Damn.
In the AM, I'm saying.
Can't never have nothing by myself.
I'm happy without you, bro. Got my doubts, shorty. Like if my currency dry up, would you be out thirsty? Would your mind want me? Like your soul want me? When I go down on you, I drown for quarter centuries. You a whole globe, you a whole earth. And I'm a troubled millionaire that fears you know your worth. Absence makes the heart grow. Fonder, so we wonder. One of the things we gon' do when distance ain't a problem. Our intentions, they was honest. We was cordial, we was talking. We was hiding, they was norm, it was lying.
So they was reading.
Foreplay, where your body divided. It's forehead kisses before my flight departed. That show me that.
You know what's worse than give me some?
3 days away.
It's save me some. So save me some of that. Save you some. What? Huh? So right before it's gone, I gotta stop and then give it the rest. No, I ain't saving you shit. Yo, save me some. No. You better get some now. You want some now? And there ain't gonna be nothing at the end. I'm not saving nothing.
She called me. Hold on, man.
I'm fucking hungry.
Hold on. Let's get up the stage. Know you sleeping, but wait. Just lost my voice for this crowd. I only see your face and everywhere, but these women real as a fairy tale. Can barely talk, but you get my line, I may hear you well. I need that vibe from you, cuz. Spend the time.
Want to share some of that? No, I don't want to share nothing. No, I'm not saving nothing.
You can die if you don't. If monogamy, you want, they share your time with
no.
I'm just playing, just need you know I'm lonely. Green tea, Ricola, and honey gold.
I say eat broccoli.
More, so we horny or
I don't like cooked broccoli. I gotta have my broccoli raw. Like cooked broccoli be, I don't like that shit cooked.
Cortisone to my cortisone. Back is your toy, please. I know.
Boy, I can see everything you said on the TV, Boozy.
2 days away. 3 hours back. Good night. We went tomorrow away for celebrating at that very tomorrow's the day. I know it's late, but it's late. I'm on the way.
What the fuck?
See, like I'm on it forever.
Oh shit!
Since I last seen the living embodiment of my forever face to face, and I might just inject your body with knowledge, your body with style. You be flying and rock brown. Okay, I'm lying. Nobody flying the rocks, but I might just get in that half swap position and proposition you with a shiny rock under an open box, so the onlookers can understand that we all official. We all just kids looking for the first love we ever injected. So whenever I'm never next to you, I never look to the next woman, even on her best moment to bestow the stove you kept warm for me. As I kept distance, you kept cooking. Sugar. We went from 3 days and 3 hours to 2 days and 3 hours to her. He think he dirty his love all. He walking down the street writing poetry to make the between your knees feel like you need balance. And I see you a lot, but I see you on camera, so it seemed like a lie when I say I need to see us together from 3 days to 2 days, from 2 days to 2 days, from 2 days to tonight, from tonight to forever. I'm up the street.
Yeah, oh, that's it. Yo, D-Day. I ain't got nowhere to set this food at.
Come here, go. Yeah, bounce, bounce. My boy, my boy. My boy. My boy, my boy. Yeah, man.
That cat meat so stringy, it gets stuck in your teeth real easy. Oh, so hey, yo, as soon as I get off of here, I'm hopping on Firewall. Hell yeah.
We in a different time now, bro.
Oh, I did that.
We all gotta do our part.
Count me in, go. Yeah, bounce, bounce. My boy, my boy. My boy. My boy, my boy. Yeah, man. Hey, look, yo, okay. Concrete since day one. Ain't no time to make up. Ain't no top on that hoe. Like baby with the A cup. Thank you for your services and voicing on my haters. Be sure to leave your armor and your woman penetrated. I give her back a hater. Who get out of here? I say congratulations, your old lady renovated. You nigga lazy, my boy. Why you hating my guy? You brought her come back or something. She come and play with your heart. I'm far from a popular artist, one of the hardest, no less than I saw your woman. I call her low like a cardigan sweater. Call her whatever you want. I got my revenue up in Beverly Hills. My ceilings like the Beverly Brothers. So they want, but Lauren been the same one. I came up in them goggles, most of them was afraid of. Now kill Mo, say that. Now kill Mo, say that. But when your will is a fortune, you never gotta say that. Don't be talking too much. These niggas copy too much. These niggas cardio crazy. Chasing clout must be tough. Fuck it, I rode me a dozen niggas got me fucked up. I raise my hand and raise your family's casualties up. I'm faded. I'm playing. These niggas don't be no gangsters, they be paying it. Yeah, extortion ain't dead, they just moved to the county, shoot them out that S-class. I guess you don't see the problem, I know her, who and every hoodoo I'm around them. What you call a piece of mind, I call a picture for a bounty, hold up. Yeah, I'm in my luggage, hold up. Boy, I'm on the runway like I'm Ducky, hold up. Prolific, really be living my lyrics, so tell me who did it this big and who ain't about to slow up. My boy, 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 my boy.
Who gon' bring my crown? Who gon' try to fuck with me? Faded off the ground, she can't get enough of me. I don't play around, I got that type of luxury. Bitches going down, ain't no catching up to me. Yeah, stepped in the building with my vibe on a million. Slide on the beat like my God, I'm so brilliant. All of the rappers put your pride to the side. Try collide with the squad, turn your mob into corn on the cob. Use a fraud, use a thorn in my side. I'm a knife in your back, I'm that turn of the knob on the door. When the boys from the corner come rob you and tie you up to something. Now stop with all that frontin'. That big money talk should be reserved for those that got it. But when you really got it, you ain't pressed to talk about it. That's why I hear that capping all your raps and highly doubt it. The game too crowded, I'm about to get all the way the fuck about it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. 30 mil on the deal, depending on how the tour was routed. I seen your watch when you first dropped, that shit was clouded. Which means you used to fugazi shit. Fake it till you make it type. I shoot through you crazy with hollow tips, no holler back. Just how the raps, I got a black to make sure every $30 stack. Y'all aiming for the stars, bitch, I'm aiming at your starter cap. Run, nigga, run like a fucking black quarterback. Stereotypical, but to hear me is pivotal. I will bury you niggas and come and air out your funeral. Have your homies on stretchers right next to Roman numerals. IVs, it's the reason why nobody try me. Have a nigga screaming, Lord, why me? Cold did me, grimy. He took it too far, he treat them bullets like they signed me. Back to back, I clap like that's a rap, but no video shoots, just hoodies and boots, putting your troops in pine boxes. I blew $1 million on white tees and Calvin Klein boxes. This nigga's silly. My boy, 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 my boy. Say what?
Who gon' bring it round? Who gon' try to fuck me? Faded off the ground, and she can't get enough. I don't play around. Don't got that type of luck. Bitches going down. Nobody touching nothing.
Who gon' bring my crown? Who gon' try to fuck with me? Faded off the ground, she can't get enough of me. I don't play around. Got that type of luxury. Bitches going down, ain't no catching up to me. Who gon' bring my crown? Who gon' try to fuck with me? Faded off the ground, she can't get enough of me. I don't play around. Got that type of luxury. Bitches going down, ain't no catching up to me. Who gon' bring my crown? And who gon' try to fuck with me? Faded off the ground, and she can't get enough of me. I don't play around. Got that type of luxury. Bitches going down, and ain't no catching up to me.
Everything you want is right here. Everything you need is right here. Yeah. Everything you dreamed of is right here. I'm right here.
I'm right here. Hey, let's get it though. Wale. Ralph Lauren will have to press and double the talent. What's the poet to rapper? It's the shark, no scallop. I'm the sharpest with Sharpie talk, this indelible shatter. My true love is my daughter, the shorty's way after. Like way back, that night even same chapter. And I ain't Catholic, I Hail Murray, them blaze after. I'm a lion they chasing, I think I'm Bernie Sanders, but I'm very confident with no block, I still carry better. Carry house and daddy bitches, I don't carry grudges. I carry niggas with no morals, so carry weapons. Go ask the industry, who got intricate interviews. Put my phone off an evening, I bet that billboard be real confused. This is real influence, boy, I'm the real boss. When they was in their cap and gown, I was in the stores. When they was graduating, I was out in Glastonbury, over 100,000 was advocating for that performance. That was Ronson, shout out to Rawson. Lenny Santiago was climbing to Mr. Carter. A combination of mental issues, liquor and ganja. What a gift with these lyrics you hear, Mr. Falava. And I'm on if you want some. Everywhere, nigga, stop.
Everything you dreamed of is right here. I'm right here.
For now, I'm found, but I lost you. Cause time is never right when you lost in nostalgia. Goodbye, for now, I'm found, but I lost you. Cause time is never right when here's the thing. Lost in nostalgia. Say, yeah. Got my city with this hip-hop. I'm truly infamous, you just did it to get clout. Boy, you have me now with your little spot. I shine dip on my right wrist, never TikTok. Spread love or nigga kick rocks. I swear for God, I'ma buy a lot of them thick socks. Y'all lunching, the flight pressure, they start ducking you. I am Debo, when I be leaving, they spend the talking. I'm black and I'm proud of it. The District Columbia, but this by a dozen niggas that never been out of it. I really was out shit. My shit was at Madness. My shit was at all days in Hobo and Naja. I'm local, I'm gossip. I'm global, you gossip. Too much on these blogs, hogging your mama go Wi-Fi. Like no bullshit. At least I upgraded to 5G if you wanna be there all
Everything you want is right here. Everything you need is right here. Everything you dreamed of is right here. I'm right here.
Yo, these motherfuckers putting out albums that got 6 or 7 songs on it. I mean, I kind of understand it, but not really, man. I guess these new kids, man, their attention span just so fucking short. Nobody can listen to fucking 12 tracks in a row? Or is it that the artists just want to get a project out quicker than it takes to do a full album? Like, Wale just put this shit out. This shit has 5 songs. That's an album now. 5 songs is an album. That's crazy. All right, let me. This shit fell back here. Oh, I need to get some more of this shit soon. That shit almost gone. Alright, man. Y'all don't need to be fucking with these chemicals at home, man. Do not try this shit at home. You might blow yourself up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the police to come to your residence and be like, how did you blow yourself up? I was trying to do what I saw that dude painting. Like, nah, playing that shit on me. He started pouring some chemicals into some jars. I thought it looked fucking cool. Alright. Just don't do this at home as you do it at home. Hey, I'm a highly untrained, slightly low-skilled, non-professional. Which means there's less likelihood that I will cause great bodily harm or death upon myself. Like Fire Marshal Bill from In Living Color. Let me tell you something. Let's just say you're walking around with a can of gas and you start smoking a cigarette. Yeah, the Jim Carrey, fucking Fire Marshal Bill. Oh my God. Those were the days. Oh, you see? This motherfucker's pouring some more chemicals and shit. I'm telling y'all, man. Look. Y'all need to be in a well-ventilated area with respirator gear. Don't fuck with this shit at home, kids. It's turbine time. I'm a chemist up in this damn thing. Yo, Exile, what's good? Got the comment section back popping. Ooh, feel like a new man. Just listen to these 5 songs Wale put out for $4. That shit like a Nick sack, nigga. Like, you selling Nick sacks now, Wale? The whole cast, everybody, well, damn near everybody blew up. You know what I'm saying? Yo, the whole cast of In Living Color, yo, it was just as many people had a really good career after that as did Saturday Night Live. Like the first couple seasons of Saturday Night Live, like everybody from that show had really, really big careers after that. You know what I'm saying? But In Living Color, like the motherfuckers blew up from that shit, yo. The Wayans brothers, it was classic material. And they still made like a few classic movies after that. Don't Be a Menace, come on, man, that's fucking classic. I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. Mo Money. Blank Man, that shit was corny as fuck. Blank Man was corny as fuck. They did make a lot of corny movies, but they do got some classics in they goddamn lineup, yo. 2 snaps. When they say 2 snaps in the circle, some shit like that was the one thing though. They did do a lot of fucking drag and dress as women. And I don't know, a lot of people was like that was, some of the early phases of demasculating the man and putting that black gay image on TV. It was funny skits though. They had funny skits and at that time it was really pushing the barriers. But I really, looking back at it now, I've never worn a fucking dress, you know what I'm saying? But I can see how that probably would have impacted, young black boys at that generation that were growing up, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but it's still, like I say, Blank Man was yo, Blank Man. Now, my shit was Robert Townsend with Meteor. What Meteor Man? Somebody talking about, finally the Black Panther, we got a black superhero movie. Blank Man was a superhero. Meteor Man was a superhero. Like, they just ain't had the big ass Disney budget and all that shit. Yeah, I watched last night too. Avengers. What was the last Avengers movie? Yeah, Meteor Man. That last Avengers movie, like at the end, Thanos snaps his fingers and like everybody just Like I don't know what happened. Like half of the people, like it was just random, like a random occurrence if you would die or not. That shit was Robert Townsend. Yo, he had a TV show too, the Robert Townsend Show. That shit was funny as hell back in the day. You know what I'm saying? We had some black superheroes. They was kind of geeky, kind of, and then Robert Townsend was self-made. Like he produced and wrote his own TV show. I think he like produced and wrote and probably directed Meteor Man. Like Robert Townsend was a powerhouse, yo. A lot of people don't know. Like he did most of that shit by himself, yo. Word up. What happened? I might have to look up some of his old stuff, yo. What happened to Robert Townsend? I thought he was kind of like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You know how that shit be with them networks and shit, though. You try to expand your brand and grow your name, and if you ain't in the right people, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers will blackball your career and all that shit, yo. But he was self-made. Like a lot of his shit was him. Just like the Wayans brothers, you know, wrote their own scripts and acted, and like Robert Townsend was doing the same shit, yo. He was writing and directing a lot of his stuff he played in. Really creative dude. You know what I'm saying? And they wrote like family friendly shit. You know what I'm saying? That was a good family friendly movie, man. Meteor Man. That fucking Blank Man. More money. Yeah, that shit. Yeah, we grew up on some good shit, man. We had good shit back in the day. The bold, the black, and the beautiful. Yeah. I remember that shit. I was gonna look up what just now? Oh. Y'all remember that shit? Y'all don't remember. Y'all ain't watch that shit. Yo, she bad, right? She was bad, right? Oh, man, she was so pretty. She was so pretty. You know who I had a big crush on? Oh, shit, I can't think of her name. Myrtle Urkel? She passed away from, I think she died from cancer. What was Steve Urkel's cousin name, yo? Yo, Rock was the shit, yo. Damn. That was her name, Myrtle Urkel. I can't remember her real name. No, that wasn't. No, Myrtle Urkel wasn't his cousin. What was it? Oh no, Steve Urkel played Steve Urkel, Steve played Myrtle. But what was the light skinned girl? His cousin. He had a cousin on the show for a while, yo. Yeah, she was short and small, yo. Hold up. Is this the chick? Wasn't his cousin?
I'm Jimmy Dean, and I wish I could tell you how I feel about a morning like
Might have the whole script mixed up. So Myra what was? Yeah, Myra. So that wasn't his cousin. That was his girlfriend, wasn't it?
What's up, Banker Cheeks? Stephen, don't do this. Please don't leave me for the last time. I can't live without you. Oh, sure you can.
Yeah, Myra. There she go.
I'm a proud woman, Stephen, and I refuse to beg.
Oh my God, yo.
Please, please.
Your knees, woman. Get up. Now, my mind is made up. Now, I want to step inside that chamber, and I want to keep stepping into it every week.
Why was I thinking that she played Myrtle Urkel? I had the whole shit fucked up. Yeah, but Myra, yo, she was so fucking pretty to me, yo. Damn. But I had a major crush on her ass, yo.
Keep stepping into it.
Telling you, dude. Myra was. You see, like you say, she was short, thick, had long hair, had dimples. Yo, she was so fine, yo.
Last for a week.
Oh,
so I just pop in every 7 days for a little recharge.
Yo, Myra was fine as hell, yo.
Can I at least give you one last kiss goodbye?
Remind me again. Why am I changing back to Stefan? Time's a wasting.
Don't! I love you.
Myra, I have got a date with Destiny. Now, step aside.
There's nothing you can do that.
Yo, she is so fine. Look at her, yo. Oh my God. Yo. Watch the whole episode. Yeah. They fighting over who gonna have Steve or Stefan. Stefan Arkell. Steve Urkel turned into Stefan Arkell. Yo, that was some funny shit back in the day. I ain't even gonna lie. I won't even lie. That shit was some funny shit. Yo, Myra, okay, I don't know why I had her character confused with Myrtle, but Myra, yo, she was so pretty to me, yo. Damn. Alright, I need to work on this shit.
Matt Cartwright joined Nancy Pelosi in supporting a complete government takeover of healthcare. Tell Matt Cartwright his time's up.
Hi, my name is Anderson .Paak, the world-renowned Free Nationals, and I'm actually here joined today with Wes Montgomery II and Theodore Jackson. What song would you guys want to do?
Do you know Silicon Valley?
Yeah. That's a song about fake boobs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All of that ass you carrying, be shitting me. All of that body that you came with, but where you...
Oh, that dude has one of those little rings in his nose right there. That shit look good on girls. I mean, I got my ears pierced and shit. I got both my ears pierced, just one hole in each ear. But I don't think I'll do the bull ring shit. Like, no. Alright, just trying to find something interesting to listen to so I can mix this paint. Yo, another bad creation. What up? That was you? You did all that? Yo, thank you, bro. I really appreciate whatever you did, man. Whatever tweaking, whatever kind of motherfucking IT reprogramming you did to this shit, man. I sure appreciate that, bro, for working on my comment section. I was getting highly frustrated. I was on chat forums for the past 3 days. Why my shit don't work? What's wrong? Playroom, PS4, Playroom, live stream through YouTube. Comments will not work. Matter couldn't get an answer. Man, another bad said, oh, I got it. It's working? Alright, good, I fixed it. Everybody calm down. I got it, it's taken care of. Can you read, nigga? Can you read? Okay. Sure, appreciate it, bro. This is you, man.
Okay, folks, so today in my lecture, what I'm going to do is kind of go through many different facets of evidence that kind of fall under the envelope of the ancient astronaut theory. A lot of the evidence that you've heard from other speakers has to do specifically with, UFOs or ancient alien influence. While there's some of that in my lectures, a lot of what I'm going to focus on today is, looking at artifacts and a lot of evidence that show that the ancients were much more knowledgeable than we think they really were, and that they were using a system of astronomy as well as the way they built architecture and aligned their structures that really is starting to give us more insight into why they did a lot of the things that they did. Okay, so just kind of diving right in here. Hopefully my slide, there we go. So as you can see around the world, we have a collection of sites on every continent that are similar in their structure. Pyramids, or places that have been created as an outpost to view astronomical events, sometimes over hundreds or even thousands of years, and this is recorded as sacred information and passed down through the culture. So what we have is a plethora of these sites all around the world that show us a type of technology in their architecture that, we just can't really brush aside and say, oh, they were using simple tools, but we really can't explain what those tools were or what these structures were actually being used for. So a lot of these sites, right off the bat, they have a type of architecture that is really undefinable even to this day. Being able to stack...
The main thing, too, that some people started pointing out is that these really big stones have like these little knobs on them, and they look so weird. It's like a little nipple on a rock. But how you get the little piece of rock to stick out like in the perfect little nipple knob shape, like a handle or something, on a giant ass fucking rock, yo? And so a lot of people start noticing that too, like on all these megalithic structures on several different continents. When you see these really, really big giant stones that weigh fucking a couple 100 tons, they have these little knobs on them. And it's everywhere.
Stones so perfectly together that you can't even fit a little piece of paper in between the stones. There's no mortar being used at all. So, it really raises a lot of questions as to how are they able to move stones of this size, and then two, how are they able to mold them or shape them into these exact precise shapes? So we'll kind of dive into some of these topics. Now, Pumapunku is obviously one of the most recognized sites in the Tiwanaku area that kind of has just so many questions that are still unanswered. The shape of these blocks are known as H blocks, and there's various other facets to the way they stacked and connected these blocks. But what's really interesting is there's really no way that they were able to transport these blocks. No one can really explain how these blocks were taken from quarry sites and moved here. But more specifically is the architecture of the block. There's no way for them to cut these precise angles out of the rock with the tools, at least that we had found locally to these civilizations and those cultures. And if you ask the ancient people, well, who built these structures? Where do they come from? They always tell you the same thing. They were built by the gods. Now, does that necessarily mean that they were extraterrestrials? I can't tell you that. But, as you'll see, there is a lot of evidence stacking up that our history and that advanced cultures in the past go much further into the past, much deeper than we currently have on the history books. So, Pumapuku, again, is just one of those sites where we see a form of technology in the way...
Why is mainstream archaeology, science, geology, why does mainstream science why they don't want to push the time frame of human existence, human civilization, human construction of these megalithic structures? Why don't they want to push the timeline back further? Why don't they want to push it back another come on, you lint. Why don't they want to push it back another 5,000-10,000 years? So they're saying, oh, the pyramids were roughly built about 5,000 years ago. But some people are saying, like, no, maybe the pyramid shape that we see on the outside of the pyramid is 5,000 years old. But there's a structure inside the pyramid that's older. And they think that shit is older, like 12,000 years old, and maybe another culture came along after it and built up around it. But even what's that new site? Not Pumapuku, but Teotihuacan, and like these sites are older than what they really want to admit. 12,000, 13,000 years old. But why don't they want to push that time frame that far back? Because apparently white people have only been here for 6,000 years. The white race, what we know as a pale-skinned person, a person who does not generate pigment in their skin, a Caucasian, a white person, whatever you want to call them, like that group of people have only been here for about 6,000 years. 6,000 years. So if you push anything further back than 6,000 years, they have no connection to it. Anything that old, they were not even around to have any connection to it at all. And who's the original people? Blacks. And it don't matter what continent you're on. When you come to Mesoamerica, Central America, and South America and see these structures, yeah, they're fucking... They say that the Aztecs and Incas and all these, they didn't do that shit. They ain't built that shit. Just like the fucking Egyptians ain't built the fucking pyramids. They moved into these complexes. They moved into these ready-made cities and temples. They were already there. So who the fuck built this shit? So when you start going back further and further back in time, your shit just get darker and darker. And you can't find every race that far back in antiquity. So then they feel bad for what they have done to the God race, to the creator race, to the foundation race, to the starter race, to the alpha humans. And they realize, like, yo, we done fucked the alpha humans up, yo, like, and now they're subjugated and they're the lowest class of people on the planet, when in reality they are the originators and creators of everything we fucking know. And so that's why they hate to push this time frame further and further and further back. I'm getting paint all everywhere. I ain't even put the first brush to the canvas yet, and I'm getting painted the fuck up. Alright. Slaughter bots. Finally, the comments are back. Are these the little drones that are like bullets? I seen some shit like that. It's like a little teeny ass drone, and all you gotta. It's only been a month, but it's like little drones, and if you just fly them shits into something, they like bullets. The shit just blow up on your ass. Slaughter. It's only shit. It was only a matter of time before goddamn. They figure out how to really weaponize these shits to a effective extent, so that they're now you start getting into this swarm technology. And there's this one lady I was listening to on the Davos technology conference, and she was trying to figure out how swarms function. Major groups of flying birds, big schools of fish, ants, bees, and wasps. And it's like this fluent motion, even though there's so many individual components. It's that hive mind, and she was researching that. And so now you have an AI scientist, a robotic scientist, and somebody who's studying swarms and seeing if she can program a hive-like swarm mentality. And okay, so that's 3 different studies from 3 different people, 3 different organizations. But when you combine all this tech, all this information together, you get shit like slaughter bots. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, it be compartmentalized. So you working on this, you working on that, you working on this, and you working on this. Like, y'all put all that shit together, you got a killer robot. That's all you doing. You just, don't tell everybody what they making. When they perfect, they individual component, when it's perfected, then we'll tell them, oh, we're going to integrate this into the system.
Almost 3,000 precision strikes last year. We're super proud of it. It allows you to separate the bad guys from the good. It's a big deal. But we have something much bigger.
Slaughter bots. Oh yeah, I've seen this one. I've seen this before.
Your kids probably have one of these, right? Not quite.
Yeah.
Hell of a pilot? No. That skill is all AI. It's flying itself. Its processor can react 100 times faster than a human. The stochastic motion is an anti-sniper feature. Just like any mobile device these days, it has cameras and sensors, and just like your phones and social media apps, it does facial recognition. Inside here is 3 grams of shaped explosive. This is how it works. Did you see that? That little bang is enough to penetrate the skull and destroy the contents. They used to say guns don't kill people. People do. Well, people don't. They get emotional, disobey orders, aim high. Let's watch the weapons make the decisions. Now, trust me, these were all bad guys. Now that is an airstrike of surgical precision. It's one of a range of products. Trained as a team, They can penetrate buildings, cars, trains, evade people, bullets, pretty much any countermeasure. They cannot be stopped. Now, I said this was big. Why? Because we are thinking big. Watch. A $25 million order now buys this. Enough to kill half a city. The bad half. Nuclear is obsolete. Take out your entire enemy, virtually risk-free. Just characterize him, release the swarm, and rest easy. These are available today. We have a distribution network taking orders from military, law enforcement, and specialists.
Yeah. Somebody says it's like a spoof, but that's some real shit. That's some real shit, yo. Like how it's so fucking logical. Like how hard is it to put, like you say, just a couple of grams of explosive into a little fucking drone with a explosive pin on the front, whatever. As soon as that pin is make contact with something, pow! Motherfucking spill its contents, destroying whatever it touch. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, motherfuckers think the future in 100 years, man. We live in science fiction now. All that shit that we was reading about as kids, man. All that shit we seen on TV as kids, man. You got goddamn 3D printers, bro. A 3D printer. A 3D printer. Come on, man. It's the fucking future, son. Got self-driving cars. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers think just because we not on the moon, we not living on the moon and flying cars and goddamn on Mars already and shit like that. Like, this not the future. I got a fucking VR headset downstairs right now. I can go chill in virtual reality right now. It's the future, son. Anything y'all think is not possible, that shit probably possible, bro. That shit is probably possible. Science rule everything, man. Motherfucker gonna end death. Put an end to death. That's the next big step. So we already about to start merging with the fucking AI. After you merge with AI, they're gonna put an end to death. Motherfuckers gonna live forever. Be superhumans who live forever.
Good afternoon. Yes, a lot of attention on this ad. Now, picture yourself right here. You're sitting here waiting for the bus when you suddenly realize that what you thought was an ad is actually...
I'm conscious.
Now what? Of course. You're going to see articles, and they're going to pull this off like this was just a publicity stunt to promote the series on Netflix. But those of you who have the eye to see and feel, you know what this is. And you know movies that we saw 20 years ago are in this illusion of
We are Cytosec, and we produce 100% organic human sleeves. Human sleeves? Yes. Okay. What's a human sleeve, and why is it important? Exactly. A human sleeve is what we have here on display, and is you. And the importance of it? One word. Immortality. Okay. Let's say the sleeve that you're currently occupying gets into an accident. You're paralyzed from the neck down. That's no way of living, right? Not at all. Through the groundbreaking technologies that we've developed here at Psychosec, we've been able to take your DHF or your digital human freight, store it onto a cortical stack, is what you see over here displayed. It's implanted in the base of the neck and records everything that makes you you. Every emotion, every memory, every sensation, everything that you've ever experienced is uploaded onto that device. And through the process of needle casting, we eject it from the damaged sleeve and import it into the sleeve of your choosing. And just like that, you're back up, dancing, doing all the things that you love. That's just one of the groundbreaking things that we've done here at Psychosec.
Where's the line between free speech and hate speech?
Well, the line is when... The line...
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sneak up on each other and...
Like, I didn't realize chimps did document.
You know, sometimes it makes great movies, sometimes it makes beautiful art. If you had to explain it to a person who didn't really understand what you were saying, like, how much different are you talking about? When you say radically improved, like, what do you mean? You mean mind reading?
It would be difficult to really appreciate the difference. It's kind of like, how much smarter are you with a phone or computer than without? You're vastly smarter, actually. You know, you can answer any question. If you connect to the internet, you can answer any question pretty much instantly, any calculation. Your phone's memory is essentially perfect. You can remember flawlessly. Your phone can remember videos, pictures, everything perfectly. Your phone is already an extension of you. You're already a cyborg. Most people don't realize they are already a cyborg. That phone is an extension of yourself. It's just that the data rate, the rate at which, the communication rate between you and the cybernetic extension of yourself, that is your phone and computer, is slow. It's very slow. And that is like a tiny straw of information flow between your biological self and your digital self. And we need to make that tiny straw like a giant river, huge, high bandwidth interface. It's an interface problem, data rate problem. If you solve the data rate problem, then I think we can hang on to human-machine symbiosis through the long term. And then people may decide that they want to retain their biological self or not. I think they'll probably choose to retain their biological self.
Versus some sort of Ray Kurzweil scenario where they download themselves into a computer?
You will be essentially snapshotted into a computer at any time. If your biological self dies, you could probably just upload into a new unit. Literally.
Pass that whiskey. We're getting crazy.
Computer at any time. I think they'll probably choose to retain their biological self.
Versus some sort of Ray Kurzweil scenario where they download themselves into a computer?
You will be essentially snapshotted into a computer at any time. If your biological self dies, you could probably just upload into a new unit. Literally.
Pass that.
Literally.
We are Psychosec, and we produce 100% organic human sleeves. Human sleeves, yes. Okay. What's a human? And the importance of that's no way of living, right? I don't know. Through the groundbreaking technologies that we've developed here at Psychosec, we've been able to take your DHF or your digital human freight, store it onto a cortical stack, is what you see over here displayed. It's implanted in the base of the neck and records everything that makes you you. Every emotion, every memory, every sensation, everything that you've ever experienced is uploaded onto that device. And through the process of needle casting, we eject it from the damaged sleeve and import it into the sleeve of your choosing. And just like that, you're back up, dancing, doing all the things that you love. That's just one of the groundbreaking things that we...
So this is an advertisement for a show. This show is called Altered Carbon. Altered Carbon on Netflix, right? And so they did this whole little thing right here to kind of hype up the show, and that's what the show is based on. In the future, you have, they don't even call it a body anymore. It's just a fucking sleeve. You are your digital self, which is stored in this little stack of data chips in the base of the neck. If your sleeve is damaged, injured, or dies, you take your stack out, you put it in a new fucking sleeve, you're good. Did Elon Musk just say that shit? Did Elon Musk just say that shit? It's the same shit, right? He just said the same shit, right? Exactly. He said the same shit, right? Am I just tripping? Because I done listened to that shit like 20 fucking times. He said he just made Altered Carbon, right? Right? Okay. Yo, I've seen the whole Altered Carbon season 1. I gotta watch season 2. The grandma came. They brought the grandma back from the dead, and she was in like this biker dude's body. This, it was a Spanish lady, but she's in a big ass white dude's body. And grandma was like, I'm done. Just don't spin. They call it spinning. She's like, don't spin me back up, yo. Just let me be. I'm tired. I done lived a long ass fucking life. I got grandkids, great grandkids. I done seen all kind of shit. I'm done with living. And the whole theme of the show is there's this underground organization that wants to bring back natural death. Being able to have a digital copy of yourself and keep living forever and ever through different bodies, and it's like they're like, this isn't right. This isn't how God intended shit to be. And they're trying to reset it and knock off this main center, this satellite shit that holds all this information, so it shuts down, and so that you can't spin yourself back up anymore. And some people are with the revolution. Some people think that natural death is a good thing. We're not meant to live forever. Of course, you know, the powers that be, the controllers, the handlers, and that's the whole thing, is they want to live forever. They want to be in shaman, whatever. They want to be in charge forever. They want to live forever and rule forever. And so, yeah, this technology, they let you know about it, but who's going to be, you know, able to afford this shit? Who's going to have access to it? You know what I'm saying? And then once the technology is implemented, what kind of faults will be in the system? How will it be able to be exploited or compromised? You know what I'm saying? Once this technology is there. And once again, did Elon Musk he just said that shit, right? Yo, this shit is not a long time from now, bro. Like the next 100 years, they're trying to end death. They're so close to this shit. And they're trying to look at different ways to end death. In the next fucking century, yo, motherfuckers might not be dying no more, bro. They might come up with a pill or some kind of digital version of motherfuckers. And who can say, like, even if you don't have a body, if it's a digital version of yourself where you can still communicate through a computer or whatever. So if a president dies, he got reelected for a second term. He got, the first year in his second terms, and he died from a heart attack or something, but he has the implant. He can fucking put all his consciousness, his memories into a fucking data system. But he just like, I don't really want no body right now. I got a special body getting built for me. When it's ready, I may put myself back in another body, but I'm gonna just rule the nation from inside the computer. Nobody says I have to have a physical body to be a president. And it's like, and there's all kind of, there's so many weird scenarios. What you talking about? What is? Oh, this much. Hey, you know how it is. You come in on the tail part of a conversation, you're like, Trav, what the fuck is this? What is he doing? David Wilcock. I listened to a lot of David. I haven't listened to him recently. That's what fucking Elon Musk be saying about that AI. So, Shaman. I'm talking about that Elon Musk conversation again, where he says he's gonna connect your brain to the computers and shit, and if you are connected to the computer via the AI neural link, that you will essentially be able to snapshot all your memories, like everything that you remember, your emotions, your experiences. You'll be able to have a digital copy of that, and if you physically die, you can then upload your digital self into another body or into another type of substrate construct or whatever, and it's like and that's essentially immortality. Can we stop the body from aging and decaying? Yes, they're trying that. They really are trying to find different ways, and right now their best scenario is trying to extend the telomeres on your chromosomes, and apparently they take damage from free radicals, so they're trying to figure out this free radical telomere connection, and if they can buffer that somewhat, they may be able to extend life radically by 50 or 100 years even, where if you eat healthy and live a good life, the maximum span is we can reach is like 120 years, and like people do live. It's very rare, but you can get some old fuckers, man, who just know that life, that vegan shit or whatever they do, and grandma be like, like 102 years old, 112 years old. I think there was a Jamaican lady who was like 120. 121 is probably, I think the world record is like 121 years old. But so we can live longer than a century. But for the last half of that, we're old, decrepit, wrinkled, and we're breaking down. Our mind is breaking down, and it's like there should be a way to live 120 years, to be 120 years old, and your body still looks like you're 20, not 120. And so they're trying to figure that shit out. So if they can figure out how to preserve the body and grow new bodies just in case and merge with fucking AI, man, the next 100 years is gonna be fucking crazy as shit, yo. I'm telling you. Our great grandkids are gonna live in a world that right now we literally cannot imagine it yet. That Cowboy Bebop. So let's watch this. I'll do it again for you. So I played this clip. Now this is like a mock-up advertisement for this TV show that is called Altered Carbon. And so they tried to make the basis for the TV show seem like a real campaign, like a real advertising campaign. But this is just a mock-up to try to sell you to try to get you to watch this new show that's coming out.
We are Cytosec, and we produce 100% organic human sleeves. Human sleeves, yes. Okay. What's a human sleeve, and why is it important? Exactly. That's it. A human sleeve is what we have here on display, and is you. And the importance of it? Immortality. Okay. Let's say the sleeve that you're currently occupying gets into an accident. You're paralyzed from the neck down. That's no way of living, right? Not at all. Through the groundbreaking technologies that we've developed here at Cytosec, we've been able to take your DHF, or your digital human freight, store it onto a cortical stack, is what you see over here displayed. It's implanted in the base of the neck. It records everything that makes you you. Every emotion, every memory, every sensation, everything that you've ever experienced is uploaded onto that device. And through the process of needle casting, we eject it from the damaged sleeve and import it into the sleep of your choosing. And just like that, you're back up, dancing, doing all the things that you love. That's just one of the groundbreaking things that we've done here at Psych Ascent.
Alright, so that was like that shit for the TV show. So, once again,
Scott Wallace wants to raise your taxes, but he's been busted.
All politicians are fucking dirty. Commercials don't matter, man. They're not gonna stop being dirty because you put their dirt out there. He didn't pay his taxes.
I think they'll probably choose to retain their ballot. And people, huge information flow between and computer. Just that of you. If a phone, what are you with?
You mean mind reading?
It would be difficult to really
think. How much different are you talking?
Of people's desire for the future. And
but
that
billions of people with enhanced cognitive ability. Radically enhanced.
Yes. So people come for, that's the theory. And what would be vastly greater after you do it. Yes, it will enable anyone come for the future. AI oriented towards how can I make the limbic system happy? That's what it's trying to do. Now, if we do have a third layer, which is the AI extension of yourself, that is also symbiotic, and there's enough bandwidth between the cortex and the AI extension of yourself such that the AI doesn't de facto separate, then that could be a good outcome. That could.
Okay, see, now this is something else, North. Now you're getting into the simulation hypothesis. Even Russell Brand brought this up. I listened to Russell Brand talk about this, and I kind of came to this conclusion myself when I first heard the simulation hypothesis or the simulation theory. So now you just said if the soul is supposed to die and go back to God, right? They go back to heaven. So heaven is in a different realm or a different reality. So that's where God is at, right? So God is in the real world. God is real. Heaven is in the real world, and we're trapped here in this simulation that was created by God. So there is a programmer to this simulation that we're currently in, who is God. So that means we're in a program that is not real. This is not reality. And when we die, when we leave this program, then we go to the real world where God in heaven is at. So if you even subscribe to God, then you have to believe that this is a program that we're living in, that this is not reality. This is only a simulated, a computer type simulated existence. And Elon Musk, he debates Joe Rogan on this as well.
Be quite a positive outcome for the future.
So instead of replacing us, it will radically change our capabilities.
Yes, it will enable anyone who wants to have superhuman cognition. Anyone who wants. Well, and the cortex is mostly in service to the limbic system. People may think that the thinking part of themselves is in charge, but it's mostly their limbic system that's in charge. And the cortex is trying to make the limbic system happy. That's what most of that computer power is oriented towards. How can I make the limbic system happy? That's what it's trying to do. Now, if we do have a third layer, which is the AI extension of yourself, that is also symbiotic. And there's enough bandwidth between the cortex and the AI extension of yourself such that the AI doesn't de facto separate, then that could be a good outcome. That could be quite a positive outcome for the future.
So instead of replacing us, it will radically change our capabilities.
Yes, it will enable anyone who wants to have superhuman cognition. Anyone who wants. This is not a matter of earning power, because your earning power would be vastly greater after you do it. So It's just like anyone who wants can just do it. In theory, that's the theory, and if that's the case, then, and let's say billions of people do it, then the outcome for humanity will be the sum of human will, the sum of billions of people's desire for the future. And
but that billions of people with enhanced cognitive ability, radically enhanced.
Yes.
And which would be, how much different than people today? Like if you had to explain it to a person who didn't really understand what you were saying, like how much different are you talking about? When you say radically improved, like what do you mean? You mean mind reading?
It would be difficult to really appreciate the difference. It's kind of like, how much smarter are you with a phone or computer than without? You're vastly smarter, actually. You can answer any question. If you connect to the internet, you can answer any question pretty much instantly, any calculation. Your phone's memory is essentially perfect. You can remember flawlessly. Your phone can remember videos, pictures, everything perfectly. Your phone is already an extension of you. You're already a cyborg. Most people don't realize they are already a cyborg. That phone is an extension of yourself. It's just that the data rate, the rate at which, the communication rate between you and the cybernetic extension of yourself, that is your phone and computer, is slow. It's very slow. And that is like a tiny straw of information flow between your biological self and your digital self. And we need to make that tiny straw like a giant river, a huge, high bandwidth interface. It's an interface problem, data rate problem. If you solve the data rate problem, then I think we can hang on to human-machine symbiosis through the long term. And then people may decide that they want to retain their biological self or not. I think they'll probably choose to retain their biological self.
Versus some sort of Ray Kurzweil scenario where they download themselves into a computer?
You will be essentially snapshotted into a computer at any time. If your biological self dies, you could probably just upload into a new unit. Literally.
Pass that whiskey. We're getting crazy over here. This is getting ridiculous.
Down the rabbit hole.
Grab that sucker. Give me some of that. This is too freaky. See, if I was
thinking about this for a long time, by the way.
I believe you have. If I was talking to one, cheers, by the way.
Cheers. Yeah, this is a great whiskey.
Thank you. I wonder where this came from.
And hate. And fear. They're all there on the internet. They're a projection of our limbic system. It's true.
No, it makes sense. And the thinking of it as thinking of corporations and just thinking of just human beings communicating online through these social media networks as some sort of an organism it's a cyborg. It's a combination. It's a combination of electronics and biology.
Yeah. This is in some measure, like, it's the success of these online systems is sort of a function of how much limbic resonance they're able to achieve with people. The more limbic resonance, the more engagement.
Whereas, like, one of the reasons why probably Instagram is more enticing than Twitter.
Limbic resonance.
Yeah, you get more images, more video.
Yes.
It's tweaking your system more.
Yes.
Do you worry about, or wonder, in fact, about what the next step is? I mean, a lot of people didn't see Twitter coming, that communicating with 140 characters or 280 now would be a thing that people would be interested in. Like, it's going to excel, it's going to become more connected to us, right?
Yes, things are getting more and more connected. They're, at this point, constrained by bandwidth. Our Input-output is slow, particularly output. Output got worse with thumbs. We used to have input with 10 fingers, now we have thumbs. But images are they're a way of communicating at high bandwidth. You take pictures and you send pictures to people. That communicates far more information than you can communicate with your thumbs.
So what happened with you where you decided, or you took on a more fatalistic attitude? Like, what was there any specific thing, or was it just the inevitability of our future?
I try to convince people to slow down AI, to regulate AI. This was futile. I tried for years.
This seems like a scene in a movie where the robots are going to fucking take over and you're freaking me out. Nobody listened.
Nobody listened.
No one. Are people more inclined to listen today? It seems like an issue that's brought up more often over the last few years than it was maybe 5-10 years ago. It seemed like science fiction.
Maybe they will. So far they haven't. I think people don't, like, normally the way that regulations work is very slow indeed. So usually there'll be some new technology. It will cause damage or death. There will be an outcry. There will be an investigation. Years will pass. There will be some sort of insight committee. There will be rulemaking. Then there will be oversight, eventually regulations. This all takes many years. This is the normal course of things. If you look at, say, automotive regulations, how long did it take for seatbelts to be implemented, to be required? The auto industry fought seatbelts, I think, for more than a decade. Successfully fought any regulations on seatbelts, even though the numbers were extremely obvious. If you had a seatbelt on, you would be far less likely to die or be seriously injured. It was unequivocal. And the industry fought this for years successfully. Eventually, after many, many people died, regulators insisted on seatbelts. This time frame is not relevant to AI. You can't take 10 years from the point at which it's dangerous. It's too late.
And you feel like this is decades away or years away from being too late? If you have this fatalistic attitude and you feel like it's we're in almost like a doomsday countdown.
It's not necessarily a doomsday countdown. It's a
out of control countdown.
Out of control, yeah. People call it the singularity, and that's probably a good way to think about it. It's a singularity. It's hard to predict, like a black hole, what happens past the event horizon.
Right. So once it's implemented, it's very difficult because it will
once
be
the genie's out of the bottle, what's going to happen?
And it will be able to improve itself.
Yes.
That's where it gets spooky, right? The idea that it can do thousands of years of innovation, very, very quickly.
Yeah.
And then we'll be just ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
We will be like this ridiculous biological shitting, pissing thing trying to stop the gods. No, stop. We like living with a finite lifespan and watching, Norman Rockwell paintings.
It could be terrible, and it could be great. It's not clear.
Right.
But one thing is for sure, we will not control it.
Do you think that it's likely that we will merge somehow or another with this sort of technology and it'll augment what we are now? Or do you think it will replace us?
Well, that's the scenario. The merge scenario with AI is the one that seems like probably the best. Like
for us.
Yes. Like if you can't beat it, join it. That's
yeah.
So from a long-term existential standpoint, that's like the purpose of Neuralink, is to create a high bandwidth interface to the brain such that we can be symbiotic with AI. Because we have a bandwidth problem. You just can't communicate through your fingers, it's too slow.
And where's Neuralink at right now?
I think we'll have something interesting to announce in a few months. That's at least an order of magnitude better than anything else. Probably, I think better than probably anyone thinks is possible.
How much can you talk about that right now?
I don't want to jump the gun on that.
But what's like the ultimate, what's the idea behind it? Like, what are you trying to accomplish with it? Like, what would you like, best case scenario?
I think best case scenario, we effectively merge with AI, where AI serves as a tertiary cognition layer, where we've got the limbic system, kind of the primitive brain essentially. You've got the cortex. So you're currently in a symbiotic relationship with your cortex and limbic system are in a symbiotic relationship. And generally people like their cortex and they like their limbic system. I haven't met anyone who wants to delete their limbic system or delete their cortex. Everybody seems to like both. And the cortex is mostly in service to the limbic system. People may think that the thinking part of themselves is in charge, but it's mostly their limbic system that's in charge. And the cortex is trying to make the limbic system happy. That's what most of that computing power is oriented towards. How can I make the limbic system happy? That's what it's trying to do. Now, if we can have a third layer, which is the AI extension of yourself, that is also symbiotic. And there's enough bandwidth between the cortex and the AI extension of yourself such that the AI doesn't de facto separate, then that could be a good outcome. That could be quite a positive outcome for the future.
So instead of replacing us, it will radically change our capabilities.
Yes, it will enable anyone who wants to have superhuman cognition. Anyone who wants. This is not a matter of earning power, because your earning power would be vastly greater after you do it. So it's just like anyone who wants can just do it. In theory. That's the theory. And if that's the case, then, and let's say billions of people do it, then the outcome for humanity will be the sum of human will, the sum of billions of people's desire for the future. And
but that billions of people with enhanced cognitive ability, radically enhanced.
Yes.
And which would be how much different than people today? Like if you had to explain it to a person who didn't really understand what you're saying, how much different are you talking about? When you say radically improved, like what do you mean? You mean mind reading?
It would be difficult to really appreciate the difference. It's kind of like, how much smarter are you with a phone or computer than without? You're vastly smarter, actually. You can answer any question. If you're connected to the internet, you can answer any question pretty much instantly, any calculation. Your phone's memory is essentially perfect. You can remember flawlessly. Your phone can remember videos, pictures, everything perfectly. Your phone is already an extension of you. You're already a cyborg. Most people don't realize they are already a cyborg. That phone is an extension of yourself. It's just that the data rate, the rate at which, the communication rate between you and the cybernetic extension of yourself, that is your phone and computer, is slow. It's very slow. And that is like a tiny straw of information flow between your biological self and your digital self. And we need to make that tiny straw like a giant river, a huge, high bandwidth interface. It's an interface problem, data rate problem. If we solve the data rate problem, then I think we can hang on to human-machine symbiosis through the long term. And then people may decide that they want to retain their biological self or not. I think they'll probably choose to retain their biological self.
Versus some sort of Ray Kurzweil scenario where they download themselves into a computer?
You will be essentially snapshotted into a computer at any time. If your biological self dies, you could probably just upload into a new unit. Literally.
Pass that whiskey. We're getting crazy over here. This is getting ridiculous.
Down the rabbit hole.
Grab that sucker. Give me some of that. This is too freaky. See, if I was
thinking about this for a long time, by the way.
I believe you have. If I was talking to one of my... Cheers, by the way.
Cheers. Yeah, this is a great whiskey.
Thank you. I wonder where this came from. Who brought this to us?
Trying to remember.
Somebody gave it to us.
So yeah, he says all of that shit before he smokes weed. That's like the first 30 minutes. Right at 30 minutes, Joe Rogan says, "Pass me that whiskey. This shit is getting crazy over here. It's getting crazy." And then they drink whiskey. They talk about the whiskey for a minute. Then Joe lights a fucking blunt. And Elon Musk hits the blunt. But did you hear what he said before? Oh my God. Did you hear what this motherfucker said before he started smoking and drinking? That's the point I be trying to get at. This motherfucker just said he made Skynet, The Matrix, Altered Carbon, all that shit. He made all that shit. Yo, he made everything, man. Word up. It's not good. They're trying to make it seem like it's a good thing. North, Beaky, everyone would be the same. Let me die in peace. I watched most of the interview between those two. Yeah. If people believe is that when they die they are dead, they will want to do this. But in actuality, you're supposed to die naturally and eventually incarnate into a new body. We do not want to be trapped. Yeah, and when they're trying to make God look weak, turn us into atheists, puppets to cyborgs. This would be chaos. AI is evil, like God said. True. Hope I die before this shit happens. My thoughts on AI. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm not
of human will.
I'm not no Silicon Valley guy, no tech guy. You know what I'm saying? All I know is from listening to these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But I think what Elon Musk is trying to propagate is that like he said, he tried to warn people. Nobody wants to stop developing this AI. Eventually, we're going to be on the verge of having a fucking human level AI. And like you said, more than likely, this shit is going to get out of our control. What does that mean? We don't really know. We don't really fucking know what it means. That's why it's like, stop it. Like stop what you're doing, which of course they're not, because anything. All right, so we know who runs this world, and any new technology is always used as a weapon first. So if they can develop some kind of super human level AI to figure out new strategies to defeat so-called enemies or whatever, they're not going to stop that shit, because the people who run this shit like war. They like having the most advantages at being able to make people yield and bend to their will or blow them up. You know what I'm saying? So the development of AI isn't going to stop. And like, once again, like Elam said, like, if you can't beat this shit, you might as well join this motherfucker, because goddamn, they not going to stop fucking with this shit, and it's going to be there, and more than likely they will lose control over this shit. So how can the human race maintain and be a viable player in this shit we call life? Is finding a way to merge with this shit. And then if enough people do it, the outcome of the human race will be based upon the actual decisions of billions of individuals, because we will all be linked somewhat together. It's weird, but I don't know. I don't really see a good thing on either side. But at the same time, it's like it is what it is, yo. Like, motherfuckers just like destroying shit. Let's find a new way to destroy some motherfuckers. And this AI is going to be the very same thing. Is going to be used as a weapon against whoever. If you don't have access to it, you know what I'm saying, it'll be used as a weapon against you. Rob G, calm down, bruh. Satan runs the earth. Are you sure? Have you ever read the Bible? Have you even read the Bible? I'm hungry as fuck. I ain't even been here 2 hours yet, and that's all I did was paint like some gray. And I ate, but I gotta get something again. It is scary, bro. Either way, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the one in a position to really develop any of this shit, you know what I'm saying? This is coming from elite groups of intellect. And that's the thing, too. Like, motherfuckers all, like, this whole black on black violence, especially in America. Like, the black man is demonized as being the worst person ever to be created, to step foot on this fucking earth. We're ignorant. We don't know shit. That's why we're such a small part of the population. But we commit so many murders and crime and make up so much of the prison population. But when you think about the real bad guys, like the real bad guys who cause real damage, these are always highly educated intellectuals who are developing different ways of creating mass death and destruction. Because they got to make their smart bombs smarter. They got to make their smart drones smarter, so they can kill as many people in one fell swoop as possible. Got to make their guns bigger and their ammunition better. Got to make this AI more advanced and more human-like. And so when this world comes to an end and when it's destroyed, it's going to be destroyed by the same people who figured out nuclear fission and a way to create energy. And those same people decided, let's make a bomb out of this. You know, let's turn this shit into a bomb. And it always boggles my mind how the intellectuals are the most evil people. The most evil people. And create the most harm, death, and destruction on the face of this earth has always been the smart ones. but you wanna place the major blame on the lowly class, the ones that you keep under your boot. And you're the fucking problem. You're the problem. Am I really the problem? Really? I have never dropped a nuclear bomb anyway. I don't send drone attacks nowhere. I don't pollute the oceans or the atmospheres. I don't contaminate people's bodies with pharmaceutical drugs or nothing like that. Who's the real beast? And now this whole AI shit, yo. And once again, you know that this artificial intelligence is going to be used as a weapon in some type of way, in a manner to control people. If it's outside of our realm of accessing it, or if we merge with this motherfucker and have full access over it, it's still going to be manipulated in a way to control people. Simple as that. And when it emerges, just like the same way you first heard that, and you logged on to the internet for the first time, that shit was like, oh shit, and it changed the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? The first time this technology is put out there to the masses, it's going to change the fucking world, not just this country or whatever. This shit is going to change everything. It's going to change how economy works. It's going to change how people interact one to the other on personal levels, how governments interact with one to the other, how everything will change after this shit is implemented. And there's a major chance this shit is going to be in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. Like, I saw the fucking internet. I saw when that shit came. Now I'm about to see fucking the verge of AI. Is like, and that's how it is. Like, so cavemen were cavemen for millions of fucking years. Then we started using stone tools, and the Stone Age lasted for a couple million years. And then, you know, the Bronze Age and the Steel Age, and then the Iron Age, and then the Steam Engine Age. And now we got gas and petroleum, and it takes shorter and shorter and shorter for us to create new technologies, because we don't have to we don't have to start from scratch. We've had millions of years with working stone, and we made the wheel, and so we take that information and compound it, and so everything we learn is faster and faster. So just in my lifetime alone, in my 30 fucking years of being here, the MP3 yo, the internet came in, the MP3 player came in and went out, the compact disc came in and went out. We have VR headsets, and we're at the fucking edge of machine learning, being able to create a general artificial intelligence. And that's in 30 fucking years. 30 years from now, imagine this shit 30 years from now, 60 years from now, 90 years, a century from now. This shit is going to be so fucking different. Just as different as internet and no internet. Just as different as having cell phones and not having cell phones. We're on the verge of a real fucking change here. Rob, you ever read the Bible? Rob G, you ever read the Bible? Have you read the Bible? Have you read the whole Bible? Or you just be playing around? You just be playing around reading that Bible? You read the whole Bible? I ain't read the whole Bible. I read most of it. I ain't gonna lie. I read most of it. Most of the shit boring. And he begot he who begot he who begot he who died at the age of 97, who had a son who begot. I was like, God damn, this shit is. He begot he who begot he, cause you got them new Bibles. I got that. I got me an old Bible. See, this is Bible. It's the Holy Bible. See, Rob ain't got no shit like this. Rob got one of them new Jehovah's Witness translations of the Holy Scriptures. See, this is that real deal. This is a Bible right here, bro. You want to read the Bible? You gotta get. Wow, I'm pretty strong, boy. I can't hardly hold this shit up with one hand. This shit heavy, bro. This shit weigh about like, this shit gotta be like 30 pounds, 40 pounds. Oh, where I get this from? Oh, I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. See, but Rob G think he read the Bible. He ain't read the whole Bible. (1885). This is an old Bible. This is an old book. Oh, yeah. The part about Wakanda, that's in here. That part's in here. In this book. My favorite shit is Genesis, man. Genesis is so funny. Yo, Genesis is a funny story, yo. It is real. Yo, Genesis is so funny. I love reading that shit. Because it's the beginning. In the beginning, God made a bunch of liars. That's how that shit should start out. In the beginning, God made a bunch of lying ass motherfuckers who just lied to each other and killed each other for no reason. See, but yo, Rob G, you gotta get a book, a Bible that got everything in it. See, you got the books of the Old Testament, the books called Apocrypha, and the books of the New Testament. Oh yeah, you ain't know about that part right there. See, you don't got all these books in your Bible. So I think you need to go back and rethink some of the shit you've been taught. I got a more complete Bible than most people. Most people don't have this complete part of the Bible. Yeah. That just lets you know everybody got a version of the Bible. Your version is different from this version and that version. Even King James had a version. You know, and I have a version right here. That most people don't got this version of this book. King James version is the real Bible. Okay, King James version is not the real version because it's a version. You know what a version is? A version is like a cover song. You know what I'm saying? So if you go to a bar and your homeboys go up there and sing a Beatles song, that's not the original song. It's not even the original people. They just doing a version of a song. A cover. That's all the King James version is. The version. It's a version of a previous writing that was edited. Edited for his pleasure. King James version is the real version. No, you just said it's a version of the Bible. How can the King James version be real? Then you wouldn't say original. You would say the original King James Bible. You can't say that. You can't say the original King James Bible. Nah. Yeah, King James is a real man who was a real faggot and had some people rewrite the Bible for his benefit. Yeah, I've called myself everything, you know. And I used the title atheist for a while, but that's not exactly how the world is set up. God is not what the Bible says God is. God is so far from that. But I do think there is a supreme consciousness. There is something greater than us out there that set all of this stuff in motion. Does this guy play a part in your everyday life? I don't think so. Can you pray to God and have him answer your prayers? I don't think so. That's not how it works, kids. There's no sky daddy that hears your prayers and, you know, came to Earth and fucked some woman. All of those stories are things that happen on Earth that we attribute to a race that we don't really remember who they were because it was so far back in time. So we say it was the God. But, you know, God is something much different. I'm so hungry right now. Dang, I gotta grab something to eat now. I ain't even gonna lie. I can't hardly fucking concentrate.
Chosen, place your fingerprints on life, and make a difference right now.
Whatever it takes to get you to try harder, read more, set your goals, and go for it. Here's the next attitude disease. Over-caution. Some people never...
King James Version, remember that, Rob. It's just a version.
People talk a lot about simulated reality, don't they? Only this week, Elon Musk was talking about simulated reality.
I think most likely, this is just about probability, there are many, many simulations. These simulations are, we might as well call them reality.
Are we in a simulation? Is life a little bit like the Matrix? People really want to know that, because I suppose we're beginning to suspect that the rules of our reality are so interdeterminate and contextualized by our understanding of the sensory realm that we would never know if there were a greater external context.
It's therefore much more likely, just based on the statistics, that we are in a simulated universe than that we're not in a simulated universe.
I'm fascinated when a new vocabulary is used to describe an ancient idea, because it makes me think we're only able to receive truth if it comes through the medium of materialistic language, or, I suppose more reasonably, rationalistic post-Enlightenment thought.
Because now the Creator was not some mysterious being. It was some futuristic teenage kid with pimples in his garage who just created the universe.
If you can reason how there could be a supreme consciousness, like in this case through a technological means, some great programmer in the sky or some alternative prior reality, as long as you get the vocabulary right, this conversation is once again open. I'm glad to see it open, because I personally do believe, as I've said many times, that consciousness precedes matter.
I can't see how you could refuse it. I mean, I can't see how you would actually be sure that we're not
If a religion were to rise up, where people were honoring the teenage kid, would you go around and say, I get it, you can't refute it, and I'm kind of okay with it?
I wouldn't worship him.
No, I agree with that.
What's interesting to me as a person with a religious or spiritual, call it what you will, Weltanschauung, worldview, is that in most religions it says the world is an illusion created by a superior consciousness. And these are ideas that have been around for thousands and thousands of years. Sort of like the idea that if you spend time in solitude, breathing and meditating and going deeper within yourself, you will find a peace that will benefit you physically as well as psychologically and spiritually. It's almost as if encoded deep within scriptures, folktales and religion are certain truths that we are rediscovering and reframing now. People focus a lot, don't they, on how religions are wrong, or they're bigoted or prejudiced or cause violence, but that's not really about religion, if you ask me. That is about power. For me, religion and spirituality are about understanding our place in the world, the relationship between the inner life and the external life. We talk about simulated realities as if we had no framework or reference outside of technology, but those of us that have taken psychedelics know that if you interrupt the senses and the neurological processes, you access aspects of consciousness and reality that are previously inaccessible to you. And all of us, whether we take drugs or not, go to bed at night and disappear into some kingdom of fabrication, some glorious confection entirely emanating from our own consciousness, authored by our own mind. In that world, you very seldom remember yourself, the dreamer, and think, oh, I better go to Morrison's tomorrow and pick up some cat meat. No, we're entirely immersed within the realm of the dream.
Well, imagine in the future where you have even more power than that. You can create characters that have, for example, free will, or their own perception of free will. Now, you're a character in that world and you think you have free will, and you say, I want to invent a computer. So you do. Hey, I want to create a world in my computer. And then that world creates a world in its computer.
Reality, as received through the senses, is by its nature limited. We know we only operate within a limited framework, within a limited bandwidth of information. And it is likely that there are different layers of consciousness, different levels, different types, different frequencies, and possibly we have some relationship with them. Possibly even the relationship of creature and creator. Possibly we are living in someone else's simulation.
Wait a minute. Did you create my universe? Is my universe a miniverse? Microverse!
A teenyverse.
Ugh! You bastard!
A reality designed by a superior consciousness. For me, though, the real question is, how is that different from saying that there's a God? I suppose the key thing is does that creator love us? Is the very sense that we have love in us, the very idea that we feel love for ourselves, love for one another, or at least that we have the potential for those feelings, evidence that love is an aspect of that creator. That's spirituality as I'm interested in it. That's the metaphor of simulated reality as it interests me. Are we beginning to see new ways that we could understand that the reality as we perceive it is a construction designed by a higher intelligence? And what that higher intelligence wants is cathedrals, and for certain genders and sexualities to be oppressed. That last bit's a joke. Thank you.
In fact, you and I were talking about social media before this, about just not having Instagram on your phone and not dealing. You feel better.
Yes, I think one of the issues with social media, it's been pointed out by many people, is that I think maybe particularly Instagram, people look like they have a much better life than they really do.
Right.
So
by design.
Yeah, people are posting pictures of when they're really happy. They're modifying those pictures to be better looking. Even if they're not modifying the pictures, they're at least selecting the pictures for the best light.
You think this chicken?
Angle. So people basically seem...
Wait.
They're way better...
You really think this chicken? Meow. Meow. I'm down. He said spicy chicken on the stick. Okay, if you think this is chicken. Meow. That's them nines. Got them nines in there. Them felines and them canines. Meow. Damn. Chicken. This shit might be Some German Shepherd, you don't know, man. It might be a tabby cat. I like the kebabs because it's a toothpick. Meow, meow. Delicious. Shit, man. German Shepherds got a lot of protein in it, man.
Looking than they basically really are.
Right.
And they're way happier seeming than they really are. So if you look at everyone on Instagram, you might think, man, there are all these happy, beautiful people, and I'm not that good looking, and I'm not happy. So I must suck, you know, and that's gonna make me feel sad.
Chinese.
So when in fact, the
Chinese like eating dogs. Yeah. Americans like eating pigs. They're still. So that's the difference. It's a fucking animal. Like, animal is a fucking animal. Where does the fucking line stop? Fuck that. I said, the motherfuckers. You ever watch that show, Swamp People? Got the motherfuckers down in the bayou catching lizards. Motherfuckers catch big ass lizards and eat them motherfuckers. Damn. Okay, alright, great. So I had plenty of dogs too, but I'll tell you this. If me and my dog go hiking some way and we fall into a cavern and we can't get out and there is no food around, yo, Fido, you know what I'm saying? We had a good relationship, but bro, you gotta give me your flesh for my sustenance. I'm gonna eat the dog. I'm gonna let you know now. I love dogs too. I like to be alive. I need food to survive, Fido. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Yeah, it'll be alright. I'll go get another puppy as soon as I get back to civilization. You know what I'm saying? I'm about shit. Motherfuckers eat everything. Rabbits. Bear. A bear. So what? A motherfucker come to work has some bear jerky. I don't understand why people get so freaked out. It's a cat. It's a dog. So what, motherfucker? The cat and the dog got meat on it. I eat frog legs. You ever look at a crawfish? I eat crawfish. Them some little ugly ass motherfuckers, but they taste so good. It's like a little tiny baby lobster, which is kind of like a roach. And if I was starving with no food and there was some roaches around, man, I'd saute them motherfuckers up. I try to find me a bird egg or something and make me a roach robin omelet. Shit, think I'm playing? Dig me up some goddamn earthworms, dice them motherfuckers up like scallions, and throw them in there. You gotta have protein, man. Oh yeah, some meat. All you need is meat. It's a cat. I don't give a fuck. Meow. Come here, Jingles. Come here. Break that motherfucking neck. Now we got this one seafood restaurant. Can't think of the name of that place right now. But they got alligator soup. There's another restaurant in Duryea called Ourant's. They got crocodile meat. Bear burgers. You can get a bear burger. It's bear meat. Ground up bear meat. Get that shit in the burger, man. You know what I'm saying? Kangaroo. That dog will eat you too. That's what I'm saying. Shit, me and that dog in there starving. That dog thinking the same thing I'm thinking. Like, damn, my master been good to me. He feed me. He keep me in the house. But I'm hungry as fuck. He go to sleep. I'm gonna just nibble on his toes. Like, nah, dog. I'm eating you first, bruh. I'm eating you first, dog. One of us got to survive. And I got thumbs. You don't, motherfucker. I'm dominant on the food chain. You going down. I can make tools. Shit. I'm damn if I let my own dog eat me. Motherfucker. On some goddamn Game of Thrones shit, man. Fuck that shit. Oh, ignorance is bliss. Oh, yeah. You would never try cockroach? Fuck that, bro. If I'm hungry, bro, I done ate crickets. I done ate seasoned crickets. I done ate chocolate-covered grasshoppers. Ain't too much different. You eat shrimp. A shrimp is a cockroach of the ocean. That's all a shrimp is, bro. It's a big-ass roach that live in the water. Them motherfuckers trip me out. I never eat a cockroach. You eat shrimp, you eat ocean roaches. That's all you eating, the ocean roach. And they taste good, ain't it? Put a little cocktail sauce on that shit, man. It's all about how you prepare it. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? With my roaches, I need them big ass hissing roaches, a little bit of Old Bay, you know what I'm saying? Probably like some white wine and kind of saute it, squeeze a little bit of lemon on there. You know what I'm saying? Put like some scallions and some bean sprouts in that shit and put it over like some rice or something like that. Shit. Nigga, dinner time, bruh. Dinner time. Big fried spiders. It's protein. That shit just tastes good. You ain't never had it. You know what I'm saying? Remember that first time you ate your Brussels sprouts? You ain't like them? Shit, Brussels sprouts good. Calamari? Look, I like that, all that shit, man. Octopus? Eat all that shit. Oh, I done ate squirrel. Anything I can kill with my BB gun. I done ate squirrel before. Turtle soup. Frog legs. Like I said, our local buffet. They had on they shit. They be having crawfish, frog legs, octopus, calamari. That shit be banging up in that shit. I go straight for them frog legs and crawfish. Opposable thumbs. Don't let your children grow up stupid. I can do this, motherfucker. You can't. I should be in charge. Ignorance is bliss, but knowledge is power. No, octopus is good, yo. You ain't never had rabbit? You ain't never ate rabbit before? You ain't never had rabbit meat? If you ate rabbit, a rabbit is a rodent. A rabbit, and in some places, rabbit is delicacy, like ducks. A duck is a bird, just like a fucking chicken, pheasant, anything else, man. A duck is a bird. A rabbit is a rodent. It's a rodent. It's a cousin of a rat. It's a cousin of a squirrel. All in the same boat. I don't eat no rat. You ever ate a rabbit before? You ever had rabbit meat? You ate a big ass rat with a fuzzy tail. They're rare. That's a lot of them shit. Just stew that shit, yo. Like I say, some alligator soup, some goddamn turtle soup, or some rabbit stew, bruh. Just put that meat in there, some broth, some carrots, some peas, some potatoes, and let that shit boil up, bruh. Eat it. I'm from the South, bro. We eat everything. Possum. You know what I'm saying? Up north, you know, where I'm from down south, I don't think I ever saw a skunk. Where I'm at now, but there be so many skunks around this motherfucker. I wonder if somebody ever ate one of them shits. Like I said, those shits are indigenous or native to like South Carolina, like where at least the part where I grew up. Like I don't ever really remember seeing no skunks or nothing like that. But up here, you can just be driving down the street and just smell this shit. As soon as you smell it, you're like, oh, somebody ran over a skunk, and that shit would cover like a half a mile radius, bro. You'd drive for like 5 minutes and still smell skunk. Like driving, still smell that shit strong as hell. But I wonder if people eat them shits. A skunk is actually more like a cat. A skunk is like a feline almost. What age I started painting? Like 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago. So about 26, 27. When I really got into that shit and was like, yo, I like doing this, I want to keep doing this. It was almost 10 years ago. Oh, yeah, the other restaurant that I said had that fucking bear burger, they got shark. We can get shark meat there. Motherfucker had kangaroo. Yeah, kangaroo, shark. He had dolphin, bear. He had all these exotic meats, yo. I wouldn't be surprised if he had lion paw on that goddamn shit or some monkey brains or something. That motherfucker had all kind of meats that a meat you ain't gonna buy at the grocery store. You ain't gonna go to your grocery store and get you some kangaroo chops. You just can't find them shits everywhere. This motherfucker had kangaroo meat though. I'm like, damn, bro. Shave my armpits. Bro, I barely got any. I don't grow hair. Barely any. I don't grow a beard. My sideburns don't grow down and connect. I'm surprised I even got dreads. Like, that shit don't grow. No shit don't grow here. I don't shave this shit. That shit just don't grow. I ain't got no hair on my chest. I barely got armpit hair. What the fuck I'ma shave that shit for, yo? It's like 15 strands per pit. I need that shit to grip my goddamn deodorant. If I don't have them little bit of hairs, man, my deodorant would just slide right across that motherfucker, man. Nah, shave your armpits. That shit don't even look like hair, really. It just look like my armpit's dirty. But that's hair and deodorant. I barely motherfucking shit. I can barely grow hair. This motherfucker telling me to shave the little bit of hair that I do have. Shit. You must be one of them hairy ape motherfuckers who hate hair. I can't help you got hair all on your nipples and on your back. Your beard grow out in 2 days and shit like that. I can't help that. You a beast. This motherfucker a bear man. Oh, you need to shave your armpits. Why? Cause you gotta shave yours? Shit, I don't gotta shave. I don't need to shave. You know what I'm saying? I'm nice and hairless. I'm semi-hairless. You know, so I got that tropical body. This body right here is meant to be close to the equator. Very little hair, very wide nostrils, nice pigmentation. You know, close to the equator. The motherfuckers got hair all on their chest, hair all on their back, big ass beards that grow all long. Y'all motherfuckers, y'all them Nordic, Icelandic motherfuckers. Y'all need to stay y'all ass up north with long winters and short days. Y'all ain't built for that heat. My body is built for heat. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no hair. Oh, Barnes, I've never heard anybody quote that one line from the Titanic. Never. Nobody has ever said that to me before. I'm from the south of Texas. It's pretty good, man. Close to that Gulf. I got one little piece of chicken left. I don't even want it though. I'm kind of full right now. I done ate my 5. Alright, what were we listening to? We were listening to some more shit, I guess. Oh, the simulation hypothesis. I just started back training a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I started back training this year, but I went fucking probably 15 years. No, about 12 years. I didn't really train since like the early 2000s. Like 2005. Something like that. But my I got pretty good genes, man. The guys in my family were not really tall. We only got a couple guys that passed 6 feet. Man, we're not really tall. We pretty much got good physiques though. Most of the men in my family maintain their slim physique. They don't get them pot bellies. We don't go bald, which is good. I don't think any of my uncles or even my great uncles went bald. And all the men in my family kind of got like that long neck and kind of wide broad shoulders. Just kind of when you see all of us together, just them same kind of features, yo. So I think I am pretty lucky. Like I have been training, but even without training, I remember like a couple years ago, one of my homies in there in the gym sweating all this shit, like, yeah, gym rat. And then I posted a picture of me just in a tank top, like, nigga, no workout needed. Like, it's just like I can maintain, like, I don't get fat. I can eat well, now I'm getting older. I'm 37 now, so I can feel my metabolism slowing down. And that's why I did get back in the gym. Like, I'm feeling winded sometimes, especially like if I'm fucking, but I don't like that shit. But I like to fuck for an hour. And I was smoking cigarettes heavy. And I remember when that shit, y'all, was like, the first time I couldn't nut when I'm fucking, I'm like, whew, I'm sweating. I'm out of breath. I'm like, yo, fuck this shit. I'm too young for this shit, yo. So I stopped with the cigarettes. And got back in the gym and shit. You gotta try to preserve yourself, bruh. Gotta preserve yourself. Now, all I do is smoke weed. I don't even like rolling my shit that much anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like blunts and all that shit. Fuck that shit. My symbol, I'm a Gemini. Yeah, that's the main thing. Like, just make sure my muscle, my strength stay up. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. I was losing a lot of fucking strength. Like, fuck. I'm growing old. That shit. I'm 37. I can feel like changes and shit. I'm not 19 anymore, motherfucker. Like, damn. I gotta try now. You know, all the way up until this point, it was good. I ain't had to try. You know, I'm just good and fit, strong, shit. And now I gotta kind of maintain this shit. Trying to maintain this motherfucker. Shit, if I turn around and be fat, sloppy, goddamn, with diabetes or some shit, like, nah, nigga, nah. I get up every morning, go to the fucking gym for about an hour at least. I did shoulders today. I'm gonna goddamn shoulder, that shit still stiff. Goddamn. Come on, go in there. Y'all think y'all ain't about to get smoked, nigga? The weed scared to fall. Don't be scared to go in there.
People you think are super happy, actually not that happy. Some of them are really depressed. They're very sad. Some of the happiest seeming people, actually some of the saddest people in reality. And nobody looks good all the time. It doesn't matter who you are.
No. It's not even something you should want.
Generally think of themselves relative to, and you can see this, say, if you watch some show like Naked and Afraid, or if you just like civilization pretty fast on Naked and Afraid.
Wasn't that a Thoreau quote? The comparison is a thief of joy?
Yeah, well, happiness is reality minus expectations.
That's great too. But the comparison is a thief of joy really holds true to people. Is it?
Theodore Roosevelt.
Roosevelt, fascinating. When you're thinking about Instagram, because what essentially Instagram is with a lot of people is you're giving them the opportunity to be their own PR agent. And they always go towards the glamorous. You know, and when anybody does show, you know, hashtag no filter, they really do that. Like, oh, you're so brave. Look at you. No makeup. You know?
Yeah.
They look good anyway. You look great. What are you doing? Oh my God, you don't have makeup on. You still look hot as fuck. You know what you're doing. I know what you're doing too. They're letting you know, and then they're feeding off that comment section. Ooh, just a little sitting there like it's a fresh stream of love. Like you're getting right up to the source as it comes out of the earth, and you're sucking that sweet,
lot of
sweet
emojis.
love water.
Emojis.
Yeah.
A lot of emojis.
My concern is not so much what Instagram is that I didn't think that people had the need for this or the expectation for some sort of technology that allows them to constantly get love and adulation from strangers and comments and this ability to project this sort of distorted version of who you really are. But I worry about where it goes. Like, what's the next one? What's the next one? Like, where is it? Is it going to be augmented? Some sort of a weird augmented or virtual sort of Instagram type situation where you're not going to want to live in this real world. You're going to want to interface with this sort of world that you've created through your social media page. It's some next level thing.
Go live in the simulation.
Yeah, I mean,
in the simulation.
Some Ready Player One type shit that's real. That seems, we have that HTC Vive here, and I've only done it a couple times, quite honestly, because it kind of freaks me out.
Sure.
My kids fucking love it, man. They love it. They love playing these weirdo games and walking around with that headset on. But part of me watching them do it goes, wow, I wonder if this is like the precursor. Just sort of like if you look at that phone that Gordon Gekko had on the beach.
Yeah.
And then you compare
big
that.
Cell phone.
Yeah, you compare that to like a Galaxy Note 9.
Sure.
Like, how the fuck did that become that, right? And I wonder when I see this HTC Vive, I'm like, what is that thing going to be 10 years from now when we're making fun of what it is now? What is it? How ingrained and how connected and interconnected is this technology going to be in our life?
It will be, at some point, indistinguishable from reality.
Where we'll lose this. We'll lose this. Like, you and I are just looking at each other through our eyes. I see you, you see me, I think, I hope.
You think so?
I think you probably have regular eyes.
This could be some simulation.
It could. Do you entertain that?
Well, the argument for the simulation, I think, is quite strong, because if you assume any improvements at all over time, any improvement, 1%, 0.1%, just extend the time frame, make it 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. What civilization, if you counted, if you're very generous, civilization is maybe 7,000 or 8,000 years old, if you count it from the first writing. This is nothing. This is nothing. So, if you assume any rate of improvement at all, then games will be indistinguishable from reality. Or civilization will end. One of those two things will occur. Therefore, we are most likely in a simulation.
Or we're on our way to
exist.
one, right? Well, but just because we exist, we could most certainly be on the road. We could be on the road to that, right? It doesn't mean that it has to have already happened.
We could be in base reality. We could be in base reality.
We could be here now on our way to the road or on our way to the destination where this can never happen again. Where we are completely ingrained in some sort of an artificial technology or some sort of a symbiotic relationship with the internet or the next level of sharing information. But right now we're not there yet. That's possible too, right? It's possible that a simulation is one day going to be inevitable, that we're going to have something that's indistinguishable from regular reality. But maybe we're not there yet. That's also possible. That we're not quite there yet. That this is real. When I touch that
feels
wood,
very real.
Maybe that's why everybody's like into like mason jars and shit.
Mason jars.
Suede shoes. People are into like craft restaurants and they want raw wood. Everyone wants to see metal. People, it seems like people are like longing towards some weird log cabin type nostalgia.
Sure, reality.
Yeah, like holding on, like clinging, just dragging their nails through the mud, like don't take me yet.
Yes.
I want to.
But then people will go get a mason jar with a wine stem or a handle. That's dark. Makes me lose faith in humanity.
Wine stem and a handle. Do they have those?
Yes.
Oh, those dirty people. That's just assholes. That's like people make pet rocks.
Rough.
Right? Some people are just assholes. They take advantage of our generous nature.
Which was made with a wine stem, made with a handle.
They made it that way.
Yes.
So it wasn't like they welded
like
it
that.
onto the mason.
That would be fine if there was, they glued it on or something. But
right.
It was made that way.
White trash chic. Oh, this is disgusting.
Yes.
Look at this. There it is, right there.
Yep.
This is terrible. Yeah. That's like fake breasts that are designed to be hard, like fake breasts from the 60s. It's like if you really long for the ones with ripples, here we go. Yeah, that's almost what that is.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do, man? There's nothing. It's nothing you can do to stop certain terrible ideas from propagating.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to sound like things are too dark, because I think like you kind of have to be optimistic about the future. There's no point in being pessimistic. It's just too negative. Like,
Doesn't help.
It doesn't help, I think you want to be... my theory is like you'd rather be optimistic. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right.
Right.
At least we're on that side.
Right. Yeah.
Because if you're pessimistic, you're just going to be miserable.
Yeah.
Damn, somebody been cursing in here? Yo, this motherfucker trying so hard to say niggas ain't broke. Why is y'all cussing each other out? Yo, Dr. What? Calm down, man. Yo, doctor. Yo, you already see, bro. Don't try so hard, man. If it won't let you say it, bruh. I'm the only motherfucker who get to curse in this goddamn bitch, bruh. It's my shit. No cursing, and no violence towards no people getting propagated, because the shit that I'm talking about already, bruh. You guilty by association. Motherfuckers watch me. You already guilty by association, so we don't need no extra layers to that shit about shooting pigs and no shit like that. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So they really watching your ass. You better make sure you ain't got no warrants or nothing, bro, 'cause they gonna come tapping on your door. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I talk, bro, I'm on some different shit right now, but I talk about a lot of shit in here. So If you don't want SWAT swarming your crib, knocking on your door, trying to put you in connection with me, you better watch what you say. I'm telling you.
Yeah, nobody wants to be around you anyway. If it's the end of the world, you're like, I fucking told you, bro.
Yeah.
The world's ending. Yeah. It is what it is for all.
Enjoy the journey.
Right, if you really want to get morose, it is what it is for all of us anyway. We're all going to go, unless something changes.
Yeah. Ultimately, even if we just sort of existed as humans forever, we'd still eventually, that'd be like the heat death of the universe.
Right.
A zillion years from now.
Right, even if we get it past the sun. If we figure out a way past the sun running out of juice.
Eventually it's going to end. It's just a question of when.
Right.
So it really is all about the journey.
Or transcendence from whatever we are now into something that doesn't worry about death.
The universe as we know it will dissipate into a fine mist of cold nothingness eventually.
And then someone's going to bottle it and put a fragrance to it, sell it to French people in another dimension.
It's just a very long time. So I think it's really just about how can we make it last longer.
Are you a proponent of the multi-universes theory? Do you believe that there are many, many universes, and that even if this one fades out, that there's other ones that are starting fresh right now, and there's an infinite number of them, and that they're just constantly in this never-ending cycle of birth and death?
I think most likely, this is just about probability, there are many, many simulations. These simulations are, we might as well call them reality, or you could call them the multiverse.
These simulations, you believe, are created? Like someone has manufactured?
They're running on the substrate.
So...
that substrate is probably boring.
Boring?
Mm-hmm.
How so?
Well, when we create a simulation, like a game or a movie, it's a distillation of what's interesting about life. You know, like it takes a year to shoot an action movie, and then that's all distilled down into 2 or 3 hours. So let me tell you, you see an action movie being filmed, it's boring, super boring. There's like lots of takes, everything's in a green screen, looks pretty goofy, doesn't look cool. But once you add the CGI and have great editing, it's amazing. So I think most likely, if we're a simulation, it's really boring outside the simulation. Because why would you make a simulation that's boring? You'd make a simulation way more interesting than base reality.
That is, if this right now is a simulation.
Yes.
And ultimately, inevitably, as long as we don't die or get hit by a meteor, we're going to create some sort of simulation if we continue on the same technological path we're on right now.
Yes.
But we might not be there yet. So it might not be a simulation here. But it most likely is, you feel, other places.
No, Joe Rogan.
This notion of place or where is
flawed.
Yes.
Flawed
like
perception.
Like that, if you have this sort of Vive, you know, which that's made by Valve and Steam and it's really Valve that made it. HTC did the hardware, but it's really a Valve thing.
Makers of Half-Life.
Yes. Valve, great company.
Great company.
When you're in that virtual reality, which is only going to get better, where are you? Where are you really?
Right.
You aren't anywhere.
Well,
you're in the computer.
What defines where you are?
Exactly.
Right.
It's your perception.
Is it your perceptions, or is it a scale that we have under your butt? You're right here. I've measured you. You're the same weight as you were when you left. But meanwhile, your experience.
Why do you think you're where you are right now? You might not be.
I'll spark up a joint if you keep talking. Your manager's gonna come in here. We might have to lock the door.
Right now, you think you're in a studio in LA.
That's what I heard.
You might be in a computer.
Oh, listen, man. I think about this all the time. Yeah, I mean, it's unquestionable that one day that'll be the case. As long as we keep going. As long as nothing interrupts us, and if we start from scratch, and, we're single-celled organisms all over again, and then millions and millions of years later we become the next thing that is us, with creativity and the ability to change its environment, it's going to keep monkeying with things until it figures out a way to change reality. To change, to almost like punch a hole through what is this thing into what it wants it to be, and create new things. And then those new things will intersect with other people's new things, and it'll be this ultimate pathway of infinite ideas and expression, all through technology.
Yeah.
And then we're going to wonder, like, why are we here? What are we doing?
Let's find out.
Well,
I I mean, I think we should take the set of actions that are most likely to make the future better.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then reevaluate those actions to make sure that it's true.
Well,
He's like, no, Joe Rogan, we're in a simulation now. No, this is a simulation. Probability says, just using probability. Right now, this is a simulation. He's like, Joe Rogan's like, no, maybe one day we'll be there because, I'm in the studio right now. Like, are you really? So where are you at? How do you know you're really here? Because it's a scale under your butt that says you weigh 185 pounds and you're still sitting right here in this room. So what the fuck does that mean? What is this notion of where you were at? Like, what is that? What does it really mean to be somewhere? Like, yo, Elon Musk is such a fucking complicated dude. I already know that. Motherfuckers be on this shit, bro. My shit done got shut down a couple times too. Being watched. I'm being watched. Whoever watching me, y'all being watched. Careful what you say. Disclaimer. Yo, I don't influence nobody who watched this stream. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physician. I'm not a psychiatrist. Everything I say is of my own opinion. And I love my life. I love life in general. I would never murder, harm anybody else. And I would never commit suicide. I will never take my own life. Never even thought about it. Life is good. I like food. I like to eat. I like pussy. I like to fuck. I like smoking. I love to paint. I can't do that shit if I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? Have to say that every once in a while too. Gotta say that out loud on camera just in case y'all read about me in the newspaper and I hung myself in my closet with a trash bag with my hands and feet bound behind my back and a shotgun wound to my back. Cause that's how you kill yourself. You shoot yourself in the back with a shotgun and then you tie yourself up and then hang yourself with a trash bag. That's everybody, that's how you commit suicide. So if y'all ever read some crazy shit like that, just know like, yo, Trap ain't do that. That motherfucker said he'd love to be alive. What happened? Oh, that's like there's one, some local shit, yo. There's some real, I'm about to say some real conspiracy shit right here, yo. But it's like, if you just add this shit up, bro. Add this shit up, right? So this scandal that's going on at our local jail, like the local county jail, about some guards, some correctional officers in there fucking the women. Does it sound really bad? Yeah. Does it sound like something that really happened? Of course it does. We know this type of behavior goes on. So it got out, and there's a couple of guards were implicated, and one of the girls who were in there, she wound up getting out, and she was like really pushing this shit, advocating it, and trying to get the other women involved to step up and be a part of this case to bring these guys to justice. You know what I'm saying? And the girl who was leading the lawsuit and everything, mysteriously her brake line on her car was cut, and she was driving somewhere and couldn't stop and hit a tree and died. The one person who was going to bring down a crooked police organization in the town just mysteriously died because her brake lines were cut. And they said that, she was dating a crackhead and he needed something to smoke his crack out of, so he thought he could cut a piece of the cord and use that. You're gonna cut a piece of her brake lines and smoke some drugs out of it? What? But bro, there's some crazy shit, bro. Some crazy shit. Some real conspiracy shit. Well, I don't know. Elon Musk was not Elon Musk, but Joe Rogan was in a conversation with so Joe Rogan was in a conversation with Graham Hancock. And somehow Graham Hancock brought up David Wilcock. And Joe Rogan was like, "You be fucking with that dude?" And John was like, "Yeah, we're acquaintances." And Joe Rogan was like, "You know that motherfucker think he Jesus, right?" I was like, "What?" I ain't never heard him say that. He's like, "Yeah," he says he's Jesus reincarnated, or he was somebody reincarnated or some shit. Like, he really believes that shit. I was like, huh? That's the guy who be on that alien shit, or the other side of the moon, or... Because I know the name. I'm just trying to see if it's be the same guy. Yeah, so this is him. Yo, Joe Rogan was like, that dude said he's Jesus. I was like, really? About the laws of the simulation? Interesting.
Extremely difficult to not time travel when you go through a portal. It takes a lot of work to actually not time travel, which is another thing that, multiple people say this, and you're like, where did that come from? I would have never thought of that. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is there's all these details, and they're so consistent from one person to the next person to the next person to the next person. And in the Montauk Project, they had this one wave. It was like a 20-year wave, a sine wave that would take 20 years to complete. And when somebody was in a certain point through the portal, because when you actually travel through the one that Montauk had, apparently this is what Henry Deacon was calling the ancient stargates. There's ancient stargates and modern stargates. Modern stargate, you just pop, and you don't even feel anything. It might be like, like Bob Dean said that it was like a sudden electrical shock in your body, but it's almost imperceptible. And he even told me one time he reached down for his briefcase right as it was happening, and then didn't even realize until he stood up that he'd actually been through it, and he was disappointed because he wanted to feel something, but there's nothing to feel. So that's a modern portal. A modern portal, boop, you don't feel anything. Ancient portals, the ones that were built a long time ago, can be very, very rough. This is, from what guys like Henry Deacon and other insiders reported to me, you're going down a tunnel of light, similar to what you see in various movies. There is a visible tunnel, and it's shifting and turning like you see in the movie Contact. And the psychological impact of this can be very, very extreme. There are a certain number of people, good number of people, if you send them through an ancient stargate, they will never recover. Their mental health will never recover from going through that portal. They're done. They come out the other side, and they're never the same.
They're broken.
And I stopped listening to a lot of stuff like that. Where is this person at? Let me talk to this person. Where is this Stargate? Henry Dean? You did what? Let me look up Henry Dean. Are you going to tell me you went through a Stargate? Henry Dean, Stargate travel. Oh, Henry Deacon. Is that it? Oh, this is the Project Camelot. I used to listen to a lot of Project Camelot interviews. They had David Icke on there once before.
It's Raymore and Flanagan's 65th.
Yeah, but yeah, so this guy falls into that same realm of kind of like David Icke, sort of. So I stopped listening to a lot of people like that and try to listen to more concrete shit.
Well, I am in the press conference of the...
Try and find a way for these different groups to communicate and yet respect their privacy, what they don't want between each other, because they don't want to openly share information between each other completely, but to find a way, a mechanism for them to be able to communicate what they want to communicate.
Something like a secure intranet, something like that, or?
But that too, yes, yeah. But with filtering.
Filtering.
Yeah. So that means that I had to have access to all of their information. So that just happened, you know.
So, as long as you know about telecommunications, can you tell us if everybody's worried about the Big Brother? These people knows everything about us?
Well, you can't hide anything.
Yes.
Right now, we're having the interview. I'm pretty certain that everything is very well documented. You know, it's just a matter of whether they have an interest in it or not. You know, so you don't have any privacy, and especially when in the electronic era, every transaction you do, every phone call, every hotel place you stay, every person you meet, everything. It sounds like a song. They'll be watching you.
Yeah.
But it's nothing to fear, you know. This is the important thing, is stop being afraid of everything.
Yeah.
Because that fear is, today what we need to focus on is the opposite of fear. It's to look forward and be happy about this baby that I spoke of that's being born, and celebrate the change and realize that there's pain involved in this change. And these black factions and such, these dark operations, they are very weak. They're very weak and powerless.
Really?
Yes, they're very weak, especially if you realize, if you could understand that we're living in a galaxy full of worlds and people like you and me, basically, that have gone through the same experience as the people here on Earth, the same experience long ago, and this continuing thing, and they already know what's going to happen, but they're watching this change happen now, and they're supporting it and helping gently and quietly behind scenes. And if you are aware of that, then you don't have anything to be afraid of.
Why are you so sure of that?
Because I've met so many of these people.
Tell us.
I've met these people even before I worked. You know, and for other reasons which I'd rather not explain on video right now, because of where I come from as well.
Where do you come from?
It's Raymore and Flanagan's 65th anniversary sale. Save up to 23% on living rooms, 24% on dining and bedrooms, and up to $1,000 on mattress sets, with 0% APR for an incredible 72 months.
Understand the news, bro. I don't watch no fucking news. Bruh, does this look like I got time to watch fucking news? Nobody don't watch no fucking news. You watch news? I don't even watch TV, period. Not like regular TV. I got a Fire Stick so I can watch a movie or a show with no commercials because I fucking hate commercials. I don't watch no news. I find my own news on the intraweb. These motherfuckers on some crazy shit. That Wilcox guy, man, they just talk about some crazy ass shit, man. Aliens and all this other shit. Them motherfuckers, they blind them down, so they don't know what the fuck they be talking about half the time, man. I say the only thing I see with white people is they try to place themselves further back in history as they want to have a part of the origin or seem like they absolutely know for a fact what is going on, and they don't. Nobody fucking knows. Nobody really knows. And you can have all these hypotheses and theses, you know what I'm saying, you want, but nobody fucking knows, bro. Honestly, nobody knows. No fucking religion, major or otherwise, knows. No fucking theologian, no motherfucking philosophy at all. Nobody really fucking knows. No fucking technocrat, no cult of any type. Nobody fucking knows. Nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? But the European knows that he's a newcomer to the game because he can't trace himself back farther than 6,000 years. So for the most part, when they see anything that's great, anything that's magnificent, anything that's supreme, that's older than they can trace themselves back. Oh, aliens did it. Aliens did it. Aliens did it. It's written. It came from the gods, the stars. Aliens did it. Man, get the fuck out of here. You mad because you wasn't back that far. That's all it is. Humans were here. Humans did all that shit. Humans came up with the understanding of the spiritual system. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. But Wilcox, one of those alien dudes who wanted, oh, it's aliens. Everything, it's aliens. Nah. Like I say, David, I read David Icke's The Biggest Secret. I read that shit in 2000. A year before 9/11 happened. You know what I'm saying? And I've been trying to decipher this shit for decades. You know, so I done went through my whole fucking Anunnaki phase and all of that shit, man. All these other different dimensions and shit. Nobody fucking knows. There's really good debates. But when it comes down to you saying like, oh, there's this one definitive guy who, like, nah. You're just saying the same shit that motherfucking the first dynasty Egyptians were saying with their horror story. You know what I'm saying? That there is something after we die. There is something to look forward to in a different realm to walk in. Everybody's still saying the same fucking thing over and over. You just rewording this shit, saying it a different way. There's nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do, but how it's done.
No idea is original, there's nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do but how it's done. What you base your happiness around, material women and large paper. That means you inferior, not major. No idea is original, there's nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do but how it's done. What you base your happiness around, material women and large paper. That means you inferior, not major. If niggas can look inside my mind, you'll find where bodies are buried. First look past the hotties who dimes. Go to the center, enter with caution. Past the brain cell graveyard, where we responsible for memory losses. Witness the horrific, the stench will make you nauseous. See what I seen every day, I live with this torture. Lighting spliffs up to stay high like 24 hours. Sleep with my heat, wash with my gun in the shower. My tongue is power, it thrills women, kills demons. Long as I'm still breathing, I'm still winning. I teach them. The hood converted from 3 bags to 20s a girl. Everybody had money, every summer was real ill. 4-finger rings, dope dealers, cane. No half-stepping with flat top for rock and rain. Radios on car tables, Benetton, the guards building. Ask for today's mathematics, we are lost children. And this was going on in every New York ghetto. Kids listen, 5% and said it's pork and jello. We coincide, we in the same life. Maybe your time difference on the different coast, but we share the same sunlight. Your part of the world might be like colors and games. While on my side, brothers are murdered for different things. But it all revolve around drugs, fame, and shorties. Stuff for your blame, strip for your chain. The same story from Czechoslovakia, the Texas metropolis. Them treacherous rocksters and the Mexican mafias be scrapping with tats on their back. Valid wars, nothing less than a lethal injection. If ever caught, courtrooms, eagles and flags, American style. While in our world, the ghetto stays incredibly foul. Watching for paint chips, don't want no lead in your child. But them gangsters put lead in your child. The bezzy be out, the chain be like 100K. Shining since Roxanne Shante made Runaway. That's been a minute, Genesis is deep. My features are that of a god. It's not a facade, it's a fact. These rappers wanna be not. My exodus doesn't exist. I never leave the streets, it's all in my mind. Even with sleep, I'm ducking nines in my dreams. Sirens, wide awake. Why'd I think it would change? Can't hide when we famous or even try to do the same things. Like somebody's always watching my life before I walk out the door. Size of every option, eyes cut every direction. It's like guard or guns, which is better protection? Can't decide, that's a hard one. I mean, they wanna see me in prison, the chains bamboozled. Headline reading, rapper slain from a man shooting.
No idea is original. There's nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do, but what you do, but how it's done.
Kid Boo, welcome to Vlad TV.
Hello.
Making a lot of noise recently, man. Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, everyone works towards that, you know, that video that goes viral. And it looks like you have like a nice little handful of them now. You know what I mean? It's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, I got my hands a bit full now, thanks to these accomplishments. Got a few more extra things in my hand I didn't quite anticipate, but it all comes with the territory, I suppose.
Of course. So, where'd you grow up?
South Florida.
Okay. I guess you were born in Jersey?
Yeah. Originally, my first gen. I'm a second gen now. That's why you see the celebrity bursts say I'm born in Toronto, but that's false. My first gen was born in Jersey. However, I was cloned by Clonate in Canada. My model number is 0112568, if anyone wants to see the registration in Clonate.
Okay. So then you ended up in South Florida?
Yep.
Okay. And what nationality are you?
Sicilian and Puerto Rican.
Okay. Sicilian and Puerto Rican. Okay,
Yeah.
I can see that now.
Those
That's
are my
what's up.
2 genomes.
Okay. So who's the Puerto Rican one? Who's the Sicilian one?
When I was cloned, they wiped a lot of memory, but when I stole the documents before escaping, I read that the mother was Puerto Rican and I guess the father is surrogate, you could say, was the sperm donor was the Sicilian.
Okay, so you were a test tube baby.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And I guess you have a fraternal twin.
Yeah.
Brother or sister?
Brother.
Okay. So you guys, fraternal twins, is different from identical twins. So do you guys look kind of similar or not really?
I don't think anyone looks as similar as me.
Okay. Okay. Are you guys real close?
Yeah. Yeah, we're close. We're really close.
Okay. So, you were actually raised by a single mother?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Our mom,
okay,
single.
Where was your father around during that time?
I don't know. Like I said, a lot of the memories from Clonade were erased just so that way the new gen can move forward with whatever new programming was made.
Okay. And growing up in South Florida, was it kind of some rough neighborhoods that you were in?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hialeah, Opelika. When I first moved there, though, I was Miami Lakes, I believe.
Okay, yeah, I know that area. What do you think was some of the hardest things you dealt with growing up?
Witnessing friends' lives get taken. Some of the other stuff was tough, but it was to have appreciation later. Like watching what type of meals your mother can create through whatever means she had to create, whatever food was there. Kind of just making something interesting to eat. I think that's why I'm such a creative cook myself now. I actually cook a little bit, pretty good. I can whip up something out of nothing, and I think I learned that from her.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, you talked about losing some of your friends. You had a friend named Kareem who was shot and killed at 16.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
We used the name Kareem and kept his real name from public due to I don't want people to think that I want to use the situation to gain some sort of clout in hip hop, because people in hip hop tend to like to use gangster violence and experiences that way towards their story and music, and I don't want to at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's one of those things that, shouldn't be glorified. It should be as a cautionary tale, though.
It'll subliminally promote gun violence, I feel.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but no one wants to be dead.
Yeah, right? Everybody wants heaven, no one wants death.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, you had a couple of friends that you lost.
Yeah, not only to gun violence, but also drunk driving. That's big. That's big. Yeah, a lot of lives get taken, especially younger people. We were losing our lives to drunk driving.
Right. So, at 16, you lost 3 friends.
Turn up.
Okay. What was that like being a teenager and suddenly seeing all that death around you?
I didn't really feel anything. I didn't even go to a lot of the funerals. I would just go to the wake and then just go in and leave. Because if you let it bother you, it's something that happens every day. It's kind of the norm. And already dealing with depression naturally, it's just I don't want to sit there thinking of all that shit,
Well, dying as a teenager is not the norm.
Where I'm from, it is.
Yeah, but in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of life, it's not the norm. You're supposed to live until you get to an old age and then pass away, Aretha Franklin, rest in peace. That is what's considered the norm.
I believe in a new norm now. I believe in a new norm of through the creation and synthesis of DNA that we can live immortal through clones and transfer our consciousness. I'm in living proof now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually looking.
Shout out Clonade.
What's that?
Shout out Clonade.
Yeah. Well, you could actually, as soon as you die, they could actually freeze your body.
Well, what happened with my first gen is they took the skull because he initially had written in a will to the Raelian movement that if something were to happen to him, they can ship the skull over immediately to Clonade. So they can remove a fragment of bone that's located here. And in this fragment of bone, it stores all of your memories and consciousness. And with that, they can make a sufficient replica of yourself, a reproductive version of you, including your memories. And you can be selective as to which ones you keep or don't keep. This process has been around for quite some time. Like Dolly the sheep was cloned back in, I think, the late 70s, early 80s, if I'm not mistaken.
Dolly the sheep, yeah, I remember that. And they've cloned a lot of animals over the years.
Yeah, Clonade, I don't want to say too much information. This is going to be broadcast on the internet.
But I don't think they could transfer the actual memories, though.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're living proof of this?
Yeah, I'm living proof. Except all the memories. A lot of them I don't have because of drugs and alcohol I abused as a teenager. So it's kind of like burning an MP3 CD, right? So let's say, we don't do this, I mean, people don't do this anymore, but back in the day, you would bootleg a CD, you would need the original copy. You put it in, it reads the disc, transfers all the files, you have the same exact CD, it's the same thing. All the tracks, everything, every bar, every hit from every note, everything's gonna be on there. Now, if I scratch that CD, I may not be able to read all the files on the disc, making it impossible to transfer and make a new one, new copy. I think it's amazing that they even were able to make Gucci Mane.
Right, because they cloned him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Clonade did. I'm pretty sure like that was done from a separate company, but yeah, clearly.
Right, everyone was saying he was cloned as soon as he got out of jail. He looked different. He talked different.
Yeah, even his teeth, and smile.
Right, he was smiling a lot more.
Yeah, he did, definitely. I like Gucci. I like new Gucci. I like second gen Gucci.
Second gen Gucci. Okay, so Gucci was the first hip hop clone, but you're the second.
Maybe if there's others, I don't know. But I don't even think just hip hop. I consider myself like more of a rock star, pop star. So Michael then technically was the first. If you people think he was a clone.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely perfected the process by the time they got to him.
Somebody perfected something.
Shout out Clonade. Yo. Now, did I watch that on the news? I don't watch no shit like that on the news. You just find shit like that. This motherfucker say I'm a second gen clone. Shout out Clonade. Huh? I like second gen Gucci. What? They cloned Gucci while he was in jail. Wait, Gucci Mane died in jail? And they sent the new Gucci Mane out to the public to make Gucci Mane music? Why? Who? Huh? Who's cloning the rappers? Okay, let's break this conspiracy. Yeah, that's on Vlad TV. Vlad is kind of like a reputable interviewer. So normally he has like regular, just good interviews. But then this Kid Boo comes up here and says, and then Vlad isn't even like freaking out like, motherfucker, get the fuck out of here. You like, he's just like, yeah, really? Oh yeah, because they did clone Gucci Mane, didn't they? Everybody said they did. And he's like going right along with this shit. You're like going right along with it. Oh, so you clone at Clonade? Really? Well, somebody must have perfected this techniques by the time they got to Michael Jackson. Somebody perfected something. Simulated realities, clones. I mean, just not any clones, but rapping clones. This shit is too funny. It's too good, man. This is so rich. So rich and funny. I love listening to shit like this. It really fucking gets my gears going. Shout out Clonade. Young boy. Get off them drugs, man. Fuck you smoking. Let me see. Nigga, that ain't weed. What the fuck is that? Some spice? Oh my god. Put that shit down. Man, the lace spice with heroin. This motherfucker say he a clone. I escaped. And you on TV? How you escape from somewhere and then have a major music deal? Nigga, wait a minute. Escape from what? And you doing interviews? That's... A clone should be some... If you're a clone, your body, everything about you is highly sensitive research material. But it's like, I'm just... Escape. Go do some interviews real quick. All right, my production number is 12345 at Clonate if you want to look it up. Kid Boo. They clone me. How you got a grown ass body? Take a long time to grow a body. Your body grown as hell, man. What? Hey, like I said, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. Some weird shit's going on, though. I do know that much. Some weird shit's going on. Boston Dynamics making killer robots. Motherfucking Google making killer AIs. Clonate making killer clones. Something is gonna happen. Shit is getting deep, boys. Shit is getting deep, son. Is this that ancient alien motherfucker? Aliens. I'm not saying it was aliens, but aliens. Alright guys, I might take a break. I actually need to clean up some shit before it gets too late. Oh shit. I gotta go drop my car off too. I gotta go. Alright. Oh, this dude's still talking about aliens. Have you ever heard of the Fermi paradox? The Fermi paradox? If there were real alien races like that, dude, everybody would be able to see their civilization. We would be able to see these things. Everybody, not just a few select military personnel or some old people in the countryside who are abducted. Like, nah, the entire planet would know that there's another race and civilization of beings out there. Like, look up Isaac Arthur. Isaac Arthur, Science and Futurism, the Fermi Paradox. Fermi Paradox. There are no aliens, bruh. There are no aliens. Yeah, we're controlled by white supremacy, not by aliens. The Fermi Paradox. If there was another civilization of beings that can traverse space-time and actually get here from another star or from another dimension, we would all know that. Everybody would know it. It wouldn't be a conspiracy theory that some people are privy to the information because they saw documentations and or had secret meetings in some dark smoke-filled room with a extraterrestrial being. The shit is not fucking real. It's not real. It's not real. If they had the technology and capabilities to do that, they wouldn't hide. There's no need to hide. Oh, there was a space crash. A spaceship that crashed. No, the fuck it wasn't. No spaceships crash. You're not gonna come here from fucking Sirius B. You're not gonna travel all the way from Sirius B 8 light years, make it here, and crash. What the fuck kind of sense does that even make? You can travel 8 light years. You got the technology to survive in space that long, a propulsion system that advanced, where you can do that shit in your lifetime, and you get here and crash? Huh? Who trained you? Who called you an astronaut? You suck at this shit. You really do. And your vast knowledge of being able to ascend through different dimensions, the best thing you can give us is a crop circle? Shut the fuck up. That shit is utter nonsense. The aliens, there's no. The Fermi paradox. You solved that shit, right? Okay? You can help me build a Dyson sphere so we can reach level 2 on the Kardashev scale, and then we'll figure out the Fermi paradox once and for all. Until then, let's not talk about aliens. That's just like, okay, believing in aliens is like saying, is the belief in drowning. I believe if I submerge my entire body in water and I attempt to breathe, I believe I will drown. Now you're saying, well, I believe if I submerge my entire body in water and I attempt to breathe, I will not drown. That's the difference in saying, oh, we have our own beliefs in aliens or no aliens. It's not, there's no different beliefs in it, bro. That's like saying you don't believe you're gonna fucking drown if you try to breathe water. There is no concrete evidence for fucking any kind of extraterrestrial contact that is currently going on right now. Period. It doesn't, the math doesn't add up. The psychology behind it doesn't add up. The physics doesn't add up. Nothing about aliens, us dealing with other alien civilizations right now. None of that shit fucking, it doesn't make sense. None of it. Yeah, you drown in water. Just like there are no aliens. That's just known facts, bro. If there was another alien civilization, it would have presented itself in such a manner. It wouldn't be able to hide itself. That's just like saying Area 51 doesn't exist. Well, we can fly over the desert and we see these bunkers and hangars over there. There's something there. There's something there. Like, you would be able to see it no matter what people said, no matter what I said. We would still be able to see their motherships or whatever. It would be so obvious that there is another advanced civilization. You can't hide humans on this planet. You can't hide us. We're here. If someone comes here, you're going to see us. You know what I'm saying? If we took our civilization, if we uplifted everybody and moved our civilization somewhere else, wherever we went, they would see us. They would know we were there. Everybody. The same way as if there was another great civilization, they wouldn't just send like one ambassador who gets here and crashes his fucking spaceship. Like, it doesn't make sense, dude. It doesn't make sense. Okay. That's just like proof that Jesus existed. You know what I'm saying? Proof that the Loch Ness Monster exists. Proof that Bigfoot exists. There's a lot of unexplained things, but you can't prove. There is no proof. There is. Have you seen it? Then you can't tell me that you have proof. Have you ever communicated with an alien? Have you ever touched and shook the hand of a being that you saw come from outer space and he told you he was from a different star system? You can't prove that shit now. You can't prove that shit beyond a shadow of a doubt, beyond somebody else telling you what they think or what they experience. You don't have any first-hand experience. That's why I say it's so hard to really prove anything. Shit. I say it's hard for me to prove that I'm actually standing here right now in my physical form. You know what I'm saying? How can I really prove that? Once again, just because you can see me, that shit no man, you know what I'm saying? You'll get over that alien shit. And once you get over that alien shit and realize that the black African man is the founder of all civilizations. So when you trace back all these ancient fucking sacred communion sites all over the world, all these megalithic structures, just know the black man did that. Ain't no aliens did all that shit. No aliens ain't had to come from no way and create science and astrology and astronomy and math and medicine. None of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the wrong idea of you. Right? I'm way past aliens. I'm way past aliens. Peace.